Sir, now it's 11:05. Should we start?
Definitely, man.
A very lovely morning to all the dearest students of Lokmanya Tilak College of Engineering and my two very dedicated faculty members, Professor Sulba Yadav Madam and Professor Jayendra Jadhav Sir. On the behalf of Training and Placement Department of Lokmanya Tilak College of Engineering, I welcome you all for today's webinar on resume crafting. And it's indeed a great pleasure to have with us Professor Ajit Vishwakarma sir. Ajit Vishwakarma sir is a certified master trainer from Government of India National Skill Development Corporation with the experience of training 1 lakh individuals. He is a trainer and coach for reputed MNCs like TCS, IBM, Infosys, Microsoft, Barclays, JP Morgan, banks like HDFC, Gujarat Police, Ministry of Commerce, MSME, and a long list to go on. He has trained about 2,000 plus colleges for soft skills, employability skills, technical skills, and facility and faculty development programs. He is also an N-panel master trainer to renowned Tata Institute of Social Sciences. On field experiences, he has trained on communication skills, soft skills, personality development, succession planning, faculty development, grooming, body language, youth leadership, counseling, project management. Moreover, his Maharashtra CET state rank was 27 with 99.7 percentile. He's postgraduate in computers from VJTI Engineering College, Mumbai. And he's indeed a very great motivational speaker for youngsters. Now, I invite you, sir, to begin with the session. And thank you so much for accepting our invitation.
Thank you so much, madam. I hope I worked that introduction. That was a very long introduction that you have given me. However, we work into a very remote area where we try to help all our brothers and sisters here who wants to do great with their life. And if each and every single individual student here is able to do with their own life, and then definitely India is going to become a superpower very soon. And with that thought, I thank Lokmanya Tilak of College of Engineering for giving me this opportunity so that I can connect back to you again with a wonderful session which is about resume crafting. So ma'am, thank you so much to your college, and Prerna madam, thank you so much. You have been very supportive and you have been coordinating very nicely since we had the talk. So with this madam, I'm going to start our today's session without further wasting any much time. तो चलिए दोस्तों, आज शुरू करेंगे हमारा जो सेशन है जहाँ पे आप और हम मिल करके सीखने वाले हैं what exactly resume crafting is. बहुत सारे सवाल है यहाँ पे. Before we start with our today's session, let me quickly launch a poll. पोल में हम 2-3 चीजें आप सब लोगों से जानने की कोशिश करेंगे. Number 1, a poll is coming up on your screen. The question here is, what do you think a resume stands for? Does a resume describes, क्या resume आपके बारे में चीजें describe करता है? मेरा नाम ये है, ये चीजें, या आपको define करता है? ये थोड़ा सा इंग्लिश में confusion हो रहा है. Please let me know in the poll section, what exactly do you feel? Okay, so we have one wonderful, the votes are flowing in. So approximately 72% votes have come. Let's wait for another 10 seconds and see what exactly is the result here. So approximately 80% votes, and my audience is here in an absolute split. जी हाँ, हमारी audience absolute split में आ गए यहाँ पे. let's end this poll and see what exactly the result here is. And I hope this result is going to be shared with everyone. So as I see here, there is an absolute marginal split between all. Yes, ji haan. Let me share you the result, which is on your screen right now. And it says 50-50. Total of more than 80% people have voted here today. And जो result हमारे सामने आ रहा है यार, my audience is in a split, whether it defines me or whether it describes me. So I think number one, thank you so much, madam. I think we are conducting a very right subject here, because as my audience is confused, so many other million of students are confused. You know, resume basically होता क्या है, resume की basic need क्यों है, how a piece of paper is important in my life. जी हाँ, ये piece of paper कितना important है मेरे life में, और इसके अंदर क्या क्या technical चीजें और detail हैं. Before I come down to today's session, let me just share this result. And इसी के साथ साथ मैं आपके साथ और एक पोल लॉन्च करके बताता हूँ. यहाँ पे मैं चाहूंगा कि यार दिल की बात करो और ऑनेस्टली टेल मी, सैलरी कितनी चाहिए यार तुम लोगों को. व्हाट इज योर एक्सपेक्टेशंस अबाउट सैलरी? Quickly vote for this question also, because ये नो आई वांट, ये दो सवाल बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है मेरे लिए. एंड मैं चाहता हूँ ये देखना कि यू नो मेरी ऑडियंस क्या सोच रही है, एंड इफ आई हैव कम अप विद द राइट आंसर्स और नॉट. Okay, so again here I see okay, so all the faculties here and parents here, if anybody, so as I can see and as I can understand, a majority of my audience here wants 12 lakhs plus package, because यारो ये थोड़े बहुत पैकेज में 2 लाख 3 लाख 5 लाख में यार बात नहीं बनती है. हमें चाहिए 12 लाख रुपए, बिकॉज महीने का अगर 1 लाख रुपए आएगा तो यार थोड़े पैसे ईएमआई में जाएंगे कार की, थोड़े पैसे हमारे घर की ईएमआई में जाएंगे, थोड़े पैसे मॉम डैड को देंगे, थोड़े पैसे से चिल मारेंगे, एंड थोड़े पैसे सेव कर लेंगे और थोड़े पैसे उड़ा देंगे दोस्तों. तो आई थिंक ये मैथ्स जो आपने लगाया है, दैट इज 12 lakhs per annum का, which I agree with you. In today's scenario, it is very important कि यार आप कम से कम 10-12 लाख रुपए की नौकरी एटलीस्ट लेकर के जाओ, वरना यार फिर दाल बनेगी नहीं, दाल गलने वाली नहीं. You are going to struggle a lot for so many things. So these are the two challenges here that we are facing. नंबर वन यार, अपने को चाहिए बढ़िया सी सैलरी, अपने को चाहिए बढ़िया सी जॉब. और नंबर टू यार, ये जो जॉब लेने का प्रोसेस होता है, ये कहाँ से शुरू होता है समझने की कोशिश करो. दिस स्टार्ट्स विद योर रेज्यूमे. जी हाँ, ये प्रोसेस जो शुरू होता है, ये प्रोसेस शुरू होता है एक पीस ऑफ पेपर से. जी हाँ, अब मेरे पीछे देखो बहुत सारे पेपर्स लगे हुए हैं, ये पूरा वॉल मैंने सिर्फ रेज्यूमे से डाला हुआ है. जैसा कि मैडम ने बताया दैट आई हैव trained so many colleges and have been in touch with so many students. 1 लाख से ज्यादा स्टूडेंट्स से मैं मिल चुका हूँ. दैट मीन्स 1 लाख प्लस रेज्यूमेज आई हैव स्कैन्ड, एंड ये पूरा रेज्यूमे की हार्ड कॉपी मेरे पास पड़ी हुई है, और ये सब हमने स्टडी किया है. एंड वी हैव कम अप विद दिस ट्रेनिंग सेशन टू टेल यू, नंबर वन, कि यार जिंदगी में क्या काम नहीं करना है, जिंदगी में क्या काम करना है ना, ये हर कोई बताता है. आई थिंक एवरीबडी टेल्स अस, एवरीबडी टीचेस अस व्हाट टू डू. ये कर लो, ये कर लो, ये कर लो. यार कोई ये नहीं बताता है कि क्या नहीं करो, बिकॉज इतनी सारी अच्छी चीजें बताने के बाद भी हमारे को क्या होता है भाई, हम जाके वही गलत काम करते हैं. अगर 10 अच्छी चीज बताई हो और 2 चीज नहीं बताई कि भाई ये नहीं करना है, हम वही 2 गलत चीज जा करके अपने आप ही करना शुरू कर देते हैं. यार वी कांट हेल्प इट, यू नो. कभी कभी ऐसे लगता है, कौन कौन है हमारे यहाँ पे दोस्त जो बोलते हैं यार मेरी किस्मत ही खराब है, यू नो, मैं कितना भी प्रिपेयर करके जाऊं यार मेरे साथ बुरा होना ही है. इफ एनीबडी इन माय ऑडियंस फील्स द same, please let me know in the chat box. जी हाँ, you can use the chat box here and communicate with me as much as you want to. Sometimes Siddhi says sometimes, बिल्कुल जी हाँ. So in our today's session, I'm going to tell you 3 to 4 things quickly. मैं आपको बताऊंगा कि क्या होने वाला है आपके साथ. Number 1, मैं आपको सबसे पहले विस्तार में डिटेल्स में I'm going to tell you what not to do. जी हाँ, क्या नहीं करना है एक रेज्यूमे के साथ, बिकॉज क्या करना है ये तो हमें बहुत सारी चीजें ऑलरेडी पता है, बट क्यों रिजेक्शंस हो जाते हैं, दैट इज बिकॉज देयर आर सम प्रॉब्लम्स विद योर रेज्यूमेस, एंड टुडे वी आर गोइंग टू डिस्कस ऑल दोज प्रॉब्लम्स इन डिटेल कि ये चीजें नहीं करनी है. वंस यू हैव अंडरस्टूड कि क्या नहीं करना है, तो उसके बाद जो बच गया ना वो तो सही ही होना है. जब अपने जिंदगी के सारे possibilities of any problem, if you remove them, what is left is good and great and amazing. So बिल्कुल we are going to use this reverse engineering approach. हम पहले ये देखेंगे कि क्या क्या चीजें जिंदगी में नहीं करनी है रेज्यूमे को लेकर के, रेज्यूमे क्यों इंपॉर्टेंट है, क्या क्या कॉमन मिस्टेक्स होती है, क्यों हम जब 10 जगह ईमेल्स भेजते हैं तो एक जगह से भी फोन नहीं आता है, एक जगह से भी कॉल नहीं आता है. जी हाँ, एग्जैक्टली यही होता है. आप 300 जगह रेज्यूमे भेज दो, बढ़िया मस्त रेज्यूमे भेज दो, आपको कॉल नहीं आएगा, आपके दोस्त को कॉल आ जाएगा. जी हाँ, तो यही सारी चीजों को आज हम समझने की कोशिश करते हैं. जी हाँ बिल्कुल, ताकि आपके जो चांसेस है फॉर गेटिंग एन इंटरव्यू कॉल दैट राइजेस अप बाय 300%. हाउ एंड व्हेन वी नो अबाउट रेज्यूमेज अ लॉट. हमने देखे, हमने समझे, हमने बनाए. गूगल के ऊपर रेज्यूमे डालोगे तो 3,33 पेज मिलेंगे आपको. यूट्यूब पर रेज्यूमे डालोगे तो बहुत सारी चीजें मिलेंगी. तो ये नया क्या आया है हमारे पास, इस चीज को आज हम समझने की दोस्तों कोशिश करने वाले हैं. बिफोर वी स्टार्ट दैट, लेट मी play a small video for you so that आपको भी कुछ जो मैं बात बोलना चाह रहा हूँ वो एक वीडियो के माध्यम से समझ में आ जाए. So a small video coming up on your screen right now. Just give me a second to launch it. भाई साहब ये वीडियो देखो और ट्राई टू अंडरस्टैंड व्हाट एग्जैक्टली द प्रॉब्लम विद रेज्यूमे राइटिंग इज.
Is the key for opening the door for your dream job. But what if
Okay, so screen is not visible. Okay, all right. So I'm going to play it again for you. It's a small 30 seconds video, which is going to set up the right objective for today's session. I hope now my screen is visible.
with lacks of designing and format of resume on internet, you still do not know why your perfect resume is getting rejected? After attending trainings and doing your research about a good resume, still you're not getting an interview call? Resume is the key for opening the door for your dream job. But what if this key most of the times does not work? Same key work for your friend, but it's not working for you. Does resume describes you or define you? Find all the answers to these questions for recruiter perspective with our international corporate master.
All right, my dear friends. So basically here things that we need to understand is there is a problem with resumes. You are not able to get successful results with our resumes, and hence many a times we don't understand why the resume has got rejected. So to do this today, we are going to look at what not to do with the resume. And अगर हमारे दोस्तों में से कोई यहाँ पे है ऐसा, okay, if you are not able to hear this audio और ये video अगर आप ठीक से नहीं देख पाए हैं तो don't worry, मैं आपके साथ लिंक शेयर कर देता हूँ. You can definitely go and see it on YouTube also. It's a 30-second video which tells you what exactly the problem with the resume is.
With lacks of designing and format of resume on internet, you
So,
still do not know
it is
why your
there
perfect
on your
resume is
screen
getting
now.
rejected. After attending trainings and doing your research about a good resume.
All right. So let's move on quickly to the next part of our today's session, where we are going to talk about number one, what exactly the resume crafting is and how can we use that to define ourselves. जी हाँ, define कैसे करें या describe करें, इसके बारे में अभी डिबेट हो रहा है. 50-50% मेरी ऑडियंस स्प्लिट है, तो ये हम जानने की कोशिश करेंगे कमिंग अप the resume crafting skills. And before we do that, what are the key outcomes that we are looking in this session? Number one, to get interview calls, and number two, to prepare you for interviews. जी हाँ, to prepare you for interviews. Number three, that to get an amazing job and unlock the opportunities. These are the three key things that we are going to discuss today thoroughly. जी हाँ, ये तीन important चीजें हैं हम जिसके ऊपर आज बात करने वाले हैं, and then we will see what can be done here. So number one, we will learn and try to understand what not to do with your resume. जी हाँ, क्या नहीं करना है इसके बारे में हम बात करने वाले हैं. इस सेशन के बाद में आपको समझ में आएगा कि how to stop messing around with your chances of getting a job. जी हाँ, at a corporate people have jobs. जी हाँ, जो भी यहाँ पे confusion में है दोस्तों कि corporate में job नहीं है, recession चल रहा है, अब भूल जाओ, jobs हैं, but job सिर्फ सही लोगों के लिए है, आलतू फालतू सेमी स्किल्ड अनस्किल्ड लोगों के लिए नहीं है. जी हाँ दोस्तों, नाउ वी वांट परफेक्टली स्किल्ड कैंडिडेट. वी डोंट वांट सेमी स्किल्ड कैंडिडेट्स, we don't want half skilled candidate, we want fully skilled candidates. जी हाँ, तो इसी को जानते हैं हमारे रेज्यूमे में क्या क्या नहीं करना चाहिए दोस्तों. तो टू डू दिस एक्टिविटी, आई होप आप सब लोगों ने अपने रेज्यूमेज हमारे साथ सबमिट किए थे दोस्तों. And if you have submitted, please let me know who all has submitted. Say yes if you have submitted, say why or yes if you have submitted your resumes, please, on the chat box. Yes, बहुत 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 बढ़िया, बहुत बढ़िया, बहुत बढ़िया. So there are so many students who have submitted their resumes. तो दोस्तों क्या होता है जिंदगी में, मैं बताऊं, आप एक गलत रेज्यूमे अगर ले जाते हो, अगर आप एक गलत रेज्यूमे ले जाते हो तो ये 1000 लोगों के हाथ में जाता है, ये 1000 लोगों के हाथ में जाता है, और फिर 1000 लोगों में आपकी बेइज्जती होती है. देखो ये कैसा स्टूडेंट है, बताओ इनको चाहिए नौकरी, 12 लाख की नौकरी चाहिए, बताओ सर क्या रेज्यूमे. तो ऐसे है ना, ये लोग एचआर लोग है ना, इंटरनली ना हंसते हैं आपके ऊपर, मजाक उड़ाते हैं, देखो ये क्या बात हुई, राइट. तो यार ये बेइज्जती बहुत होती है हमारी. जी हाँ, जब कभी भी गलत रेज्यूमे या आप इंटरव्यू पे जाते हो यार, और स्टूडेंट लाइफ की एक बहुत बड़ी विडंबना भी यही है यार कि यार इज्जत नहीं मिलती बहुत ज्यादा हमें. तो इसी चीज को, इज्जत ना मिलने की परंपरा को लेट्स कंटिन्यू. एंड टुडे हियर राइट नाउ ऑन दिस शो we are going to scan all those resumes that you have submitted to me, and we are going to review them one by one live on this session. And let me tell you कि ये जो सेशन है ये YouTube पे लाइव स्ट्रीम हो रहा है दोस्तों. सो दोस्तों यहाँ पे थोड़ी सी बेइज्जती होने वाली है, तो सह लेना. अगर कोई कमजोर दिल वाला है तो प्लीज मुझे पहले से ही बता दे, आपके लिए हम 911 डायल पे रखेंगे दोस्तों. आपके लिए हम बिल्कुल रेज्यूमे ये एम्बुलेंस तैयार रखेंगे दोस्तों. So we are going to take each and every one of your resumes one by one. Manisha, you can send your resume right now also. You can WhatsApp me also. We are going to review all your resumes one by one and see what exactly the problem is with each one of your resume. तो अगर किसी का resume आ जाए तो यार शर्माना मत, टेंशन मत लेना, थोड़ी बेइज्जती होगी, सह लेना, but it is for your good being. क्योंकि आपको यार बाद में कॉर्पोरेट में जाके बेइज्जती हो, इससे अच्छा आप और हमारे बीच में ये बात दब के खत्म हो जाए, because we want to keep this session as practical as possible. So for that reason, I am now going to open up the resumes of each one of you one by one, and we are going to review it live here today, tonight on this session. So give me a second here. In case आपको ये ऑडियो नहीं ठीक से मिल रहा है, you're facing any issues with the Zoom call here, तो let me give you, we are live on YouTube also. तो ये थोड़ी सी सार्वजनिक बेइज्जती होने वाली है दोस्तों, तो संभाल लेना. अगर कोई कमजोर दिल वाला है तो प्लीज बता देना मुझे पहले ही. तो ये एक एक रेज्यूमेस को हम यहाँ पे लेना शुरू करते हैं. लेट मी सिंपली शेयर माय स्क्रीन. My screen is coming up here. जी हाँ, ये मेरा स्क्रीन आई होप शेयर हो गया हो और ये हम पहुंच गए हैं रेज्यूमे क्राफ्टिंग के फोल्डर के ऊपर. आई होप माय फोल्डर इज विजिबल टू यू. इफ इट इज विजिबल प्लीज लेट मी नो. जी हाँ, ये विजिबल है सो दैट मुझे समझ में आएगा माय डियर फ्रेंड्स that yes it is visible. Let me see the resumes here. जी हाँ, यहाँ पे करीब 150 resumes हैं which you have already submitted to me. Step number one, we are going to go with this resume one by one and see what is the problem with these resumes. तो 2, 4, 5, 10 resume खोलते हैं दोस्तों. जी हाँ, अगर आपका resume आ जाए तो टेंशन मत लेना दोस्तों. ग्रुप लर्निंग करने की हम कोशिश कर रहे हैं. We are trying to do a group learning session here. यहाँ पे ग्रुप लर्निंग सेशन होने की कोशिश हो रही है तो मैं 10-20 रेज्यूमे यहाँ पे फटाफट खोल लेता हूँ. इस चीज को ध्यान में रखते हुए कि ऑलरेडी बहुत सारे एप्लीकेशंस चल रहे हैं सो चीजें कहीं हैंग ना हो जाए तो धीरे धीरे करके हम एक एक करके इसको लेंगे. हालांकि माय कंप्यूटर इज वेरी पावरफुल हियर सो लेट्स वेट टिल ऑल ऑफ योर रेज्यूमेस कम अप. जी हाँ, सो कुछ रेज्यूमेस आ गए हैं, कुछ और रेज्यूमेस खोल लेते हैं. और एक रेज्यूमे आ गया है माय डियर फ्रेंड्स. 2-4 रेज्यूमेज और ले लेते हैं. जी हाँ बिल्कुल, ये आ गए कुछ रेज्यूमे और. ये आ गया और एक रेज्यूमे. So let me quickly open a few more resumes here and see what exactly the problem with these resumes are. So let's fit page कर लेते हैं दोस्तों इसको. तो चलिए एक एक करके देखते हैं to all of these resumes and I want all of my dear friends here to please comment in the chat box and communicate with me so that हम collectively समझ पाए कि exactly क्या problem होता है. तो चलिए पहले देखते हैं हम ये इन सारे resumes को एक एक करके देखते हैं. You know, ये आप visually देखने की कोशिश करिए. इसको मैं थोड़ा सा zoom out कर देता हूँ. यहाँ भी मैं थोड़ा सा zoom out कर देता हूँ दोस्तों. अगर आपका resume नहीं आया टेंशन मत लो, आएगा आपका resume. तो ये resume हम देखते हैं दोस्तों. ये रहा एक रेज्यूमे. ये भी हम देखते हैं दोस्तों. ये रहा एक रेज्यूमे. एक रेज्यूमे आप ये देखो, ये रहा ये रेज्यूमे. तो अब आप नंबर 1 विजुअली देखने की कोशिश करो बिकॉज रेज्यूमे इज नथिंग बट अ पीस ऑफ पेपर है ना. तो पेपर यार अच्छे पेपर होते हैं, बुरे पेपर होते हैं. देखो ये एक पेपर है, ये एक पेपर देखो. ट्राई टू सी दिस पेपर. देयर इज मोर पेपर. लेट मी जस्ट क्विकली ग्रैब दिस पेपर्स. So एक resume ये है दोस्तों. There is one resume like this and there is one resume which is like this. So quickly compare between these two resumes दोस्तों. ये दो resumes है, इसको अगर आप visually देखने की कोशिश करोगे there are so many resumes that is going to come up. एक major difference आपको क्या पता चलता है? What is the major difference that you see when you look at these resumes? कुछ और रेज्यूमेज यहाँ पे हम खोल लेते हैं. जी हाँ, there is one more resume which has come up. So when you see this resume, आपको क्या लगता है कि यहाँ पे क्या प्रॉब्लम है? What is the major problem that you see here? Visually, यहाँ visually बात करेंगे. देखने में कैसा लग रहा है? Interesting, boring, okay, कैसा लग रहा है? Boring and dull. boring. जी हाँ, not attractive, very boring, very much to read, overcrowded, dull, cramped, boring. जी हाँ. So let me just tell you more such kind of resumes. देखो ये यहाँ पे एक resume है. This resume is there and so many such kind of resumes I can show you. यहाँ पे जितने भी सारे ये resumes है ना दोस्तों, this basically all of these resumes सब एक तरह के हैं and majorly of these resumes are black and white. जी हाँ, all of these resumes majorly are black and white. It is not at all attractive. बहुत डल है. ऐसा लगता है यार कि कोई सरकारी नोटिस चिपका दिया गया है. जी हाँ बिल्कुल, ऐसा लगता है कि सरकारी नोटिस कहीं पे चिपका दिया गया है. So this way what happens if you send this resume to any HR जिसको दिन भर बैठ के 3000-4000 resume ऐसे स्कैन करने पड़ते हैं, तो he gets bored. He is not able to read or capture information out of your resume here. So number 1 question is यार कलर प्रिंट आउट कितने रुपए का आता है यार? 10 लाख, 20 लाख, 50 लाख, एक कलर प्रिंटआउट कितने रुपए का आता है यार? मुश्किल से भी 5 रुपए का नहीं आता होगा दोस्तों, मुश्किल से भी 5 रुपए का नहीं आता होगा। सो विद दिस स्टेप नंबर 1 कि आपको क्या क्या चीजें ध्यान में रखनी चाहिए। जी हाँ, तो सबसे पहली चीज यार, आपका रेज्यूमे होना चाहिए कलर में थोड़ा सा सुंदर और थोड़ा सा प्यारा दिखना चाहिए दोस्तों, अदरवाइज सामने वाला पढ़ने वाला अब बिल्कुल ही बोर हो जाएगा, इंटरेस्टिंग नहीं लगेगा। तो प्लीज जो भी यहाँ पे ब्लैक एंड व्हाइट रेज्यूमे है, बहुत सारे ब्लैक एंड व्हाइट रेज्यूमे देखेंगे आपको, तो ये ब्लैक एंड व्हाइट रेज्यूमे वालों अभी जाओ, तुरंत जाओ, दौड़ के जाओ और अपनी ब्लैक एंड व्हाइट जिंदगी में थोड़े से कलर लेके आओ दोस्तों। अब बिल्कुल भी अच्छा नहीं लगता है, बिकॉज इट इज नॉट विजुअली appealing at all to anybody. So number 1 here is the color. इसके अलावा एक एक चीजें, दो दो चीजें हम लेकर के यहाँ पे बात करते हैं। फॉर एग्जाम्पल लेट्स टेक वन ऑफ द रेज्यूमे हियर। तो अगर आप ये कुछ एक रेज्यूमेज है हमारे पास। नंबर 1 एंड द मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट चीज विच इज इंपॉर्टेंट फॉर योर रेज्यूमे, हम एक ऐसा रेज्यूमे लेते हैं जहाँ पे प्रॉब्लम है, एंड देन वी सी what all things that needs to be done. So चलिए, अगर ये resume अगर आप देखोगे in my screen right now, so which is the most important word that you are able to see? सबसे बड़ा और सबसे बोल्ड आपको क्या चीज दिख रहा है? नंबर 1 यार, resume needs to be in color, because as you can see मेरे यहाँ पे black and white बहुत सारे resumes हैं, और ये black and white resumes बिल्कुल अच्छे नहीं लगते। कलर प्रिंट आउट अगर आप लोगे बढ़िया 10 रुपए में बहुत ही बढ़िया कलर प्रिंट आउट आ जाएगा। तो योर resume needs to be in color, that is number 1 important thing. Number 2, let's look at a few of the resumes. जब आप इन resumes को देखते हो तो नंबर 1 सबसे पहली नजर आपकी किस पे जाती है? Which is the word that is more or the most prominent to you? कौन सा ऐसा वर्ड है जो आपको सबसे पहले नाम दिखाई दे रहा है, नेम एंड स्किल्स दिखाई दे रहा है? कौन सी चीज जो आपको सबसे पहले दिखाई दे रही है? जी हाँ, number 1 and the most important thing that is there in your resume is your name. जी हाँ, जो सबसे important चीज है दोस्तों, ये आपका नाम होता है। इसीलिए make sure that your name is on the top most. अच्छा, एक दो चीजें और बात कर लेते हैं दोस्तों। ये यहाँ पे as I can show you in one of the resume जो अभी यहाँ पे पॉपअप हुआ था, तो यार रेज्यूमे के ऊपर रेज्यूमे लिखना चाहिए या नहीं लिखना चाहिए? Is it necessary to write down resume on top of a resume or not? जी हाँ, बिल्कुल, ये एक एग्जांपल लेते हैं हम and try to understand. लिखना चाहिए, नहीं लिखना चाहिए? तो ये मेरे हाथ में पेन है दोस्तों। तो ये पेन है, कैसे पता चलेगा? उसके लिए आपको यहाँ पे लिखना पड़ेगा कि ये पेन है, तभी आपको पता चलेगा। ये मेरे हाथ में मग है दोस्तों, तो ये मग है दोस्तों, ये कैसे पता चलेगा? यहाँ पे जब आप अच्छे से एक डार्क पेन से लिख नहीं देते कि ये मग है, तब तक दुनिया को कैसे पता चलेगा कि ये मग है दोस्तों? ये मोबाइल फोन कैसे पता चलेगा दोस्तों? इसके लिए आपको यहाँ पे लिखना पड़ेगा कि ये मोबाइल फोन है, तभी तो आपको शायद पता चलेगा। जी हाँ दोस्तों, ऐसी कुछ बात हो जाती है जब आप रेज्यूमे के ऊपर सबसे बड़ा बोल्ड में लिखते हो कि ये रेज्यूमे है दोस्तों। जी हाँ, जो आपका एचआर है दोस्तों, पढ़ा लिखा बंदा है, अगर आप एक रेज्यूमे दोगे उसको, तो वो देख के समझ जाएगा कि भाई ये रेज्यूमे। इसको अलग से ऊपर लिख करके कि ये रेज्यूमे है बताने की जरूरत नहीं। इससे सारा फोकस आपके नाम और क्वालिफिकेशन से हट करके कहाँ जा रहा है? आपके रेज्यूमे के ऊपर, जो आपने टेक्स्ट लिखा हुआ है इसके ऊपर चला जाता है दोस्तों। तो ये आपने नंबर 1 मिस्टेक नहीं करनी है। यूजुअली वी डाउनलोड टेम्पलेट्स, हम गूगल से या टेम्पलेट्स वगैरह डाउनलोड कर लेते हैं, और क्या होता है, जो टेम्पलेट होता है वो टेम्पलेट के ऊपर बताने के लिए कि ये रेज्यूमे का टेम्पलेट है, तो ऊपर लिखा रहता है दोस्तों, क्या लिखा रहता है कि ये रेज्यूमे है। और फिर जब हम इसको कॉपी पेस्ट कर लेते हैं और जब हम इसको रीयूज करने की कोशिश करते हैं दोस्तों, तो यहाँ पे हम वो रेज्यूमे ऑन द टॉप बिल्कुल भी नहीं निकालते हैं। सो अगर आप में से कोई ऐसा मेरा दोस्त है जो ये मिस्टेक सालों से करता आ रहा है तो प्लीज ना करो। अब कोई भी रेज्यूमे के ऊपर लिखने की जरूरत नहीं है कि वो रेज्यूमे है, अपने आप ही हमें समझ में आ जाता है कि दैट इज अ रेज्यूमे। दिस इज अ नंबर टू एडवाइज व्हाट नॉट टू डू। नंबर 3 जो मैंने आपको बताया कि यार नाम लिखना है। नाउ नाम लिखने का सबसे सही तरीका क्या होता है, विच इज द बेस्ट वे ऑफ राइटिंग कि अच्छा आपने किसी को एडवाइस दिया है यार रेज्यूमे के ऊपर लिखो रेज्यूमे है। जी हाँ, बिल्कुल बिल्कुल बिल्कुल। सो नमस्कार प्रसाद साहब, थैंक यू सो मच फॉर ज्वाइनिंग अस। So we have a TPO from another college also joining us. तो what is the correct way of writing your name? इसके ऊपर थोड़ा सा बात कर लेते हैं। So number 1, नेम के अंदर आप फर्स्ट नेम पहले लिखोगे या लास्ट नेम पहले लिखोगे, या फर्स्ट नेम लास्ट नेम पहले? बिकॉज यू नो आई डिड माई post graduation from Mumbai University, so my degree has got name Vishwakarma, Ajit, Ramjit, Shiv Kumari. तो मेरा नाम यार सर्टिफिकेट के ऊपर कुछ इस तरीके से लिखा गया है। तो कैन एनीबडी टेल मी विच इज द करेक्ट फॉर्मेट ऑफ राइटिंग एनी नेम? इज इट फर्स्ट नेम, last name, first name, mother name, first name, then last name, mother name, first name, father's name, last name? क्या है ये करेक्ट यूनिवर्सल फॉर्मेट ऑफ राइटिंग अ नेम? क्या मुझे कोई यहाँ पे बता सकता है? फर्स्ट नेम एंड लास्ट नेम, अक्षय चौधरी, अनूप से सरनेम फर्स्ट, सरनेम फर्स्ट आना चाहिए, सरनेम फर्स्ट आना चाहिए, फर्स्ट नेम लास्ट में आना चाहिए। Rohit says as per your certificate, last first middle। जी हाँ, तो पहले फर्स्ट नेम, लास्ट नेम, फादर नेम, मदर नेम। जी हाँ, बिल्कुल 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 बिल्कुल। सो दोस्तों एक छोटी एज पर सर्टिफिकेट, सर्टिफिकेट के हिसाब से नाम लिखो दोस्तों। So let me, my dear friends, quickly share you a story that happened with me, and it will also give you a good idea what exactly you need to write down. So मैं गया था यार एयरफोर्स पायलट की रिक्रूटमेंट के लिए। जी हाँ, आई एम एन इंडियन नेवी ब्रैट। सो मैं गया था एयरफोर्स पायलट की रिक्रूटमेंट के लिए, और मैं लेके गया था मेरा बढ़िया इंजीनियरिंग सर्टिफिकेट। और मैंने बोला यार ये देखो सर, मैं बहुत बढ़िया कॉलेज का, मुंबई के सबसे टॉप का कॉलेज है साहब, वहां का इंजीनियर हूँ, और मेरे को दे दो आपकी फाइटर प्लेन उड़ाने के लिए। तो उन्होंने बोला अच्छा ठीक है, नंबर 1 इज वी विल प्रोसेस योर डॉक्यूमेंट्स। आपके डॉक्यूमेंट्स वेरीफाई करेंगे, आपके डॉक्यूमेंट्स हम लोग प्रोसेस करेंगे, उसके बाद में हम देखेंगे कि आप हमारा टेस्ट अपीयर कर सकते हो या नहीं कर सकते। तो ऐसे में मैं वेट कर रहा था, और फिर उन्होंने बुलाया। उन्होंने क्या बुलाया? उन्होंने बोला शिव कुमारी, शिव कुमारी कम हियर। तो मैं 2-4 बार नाम हुआ, मैं चुपचाप बैठा हूँ, और फाइनली मैंने बोला यार शिव कुमारी तो मेरे मम्मी का नाम है, मेरे मम्मी का नाम क्यों, मेरी मम्मी को क्यों बुला रहे हैं यार बार बार? तो फिर मैं गया, मैं बोला सर एक्चुअली माय नेम इज अजित विश्वकर्मा। So he said to the colonel who was sitting there, you know, he said, gentlemen, I have this piece of document which is signed by the Vice Chancellor of Mumbai, and it says your name is Shiv Kumari. तो जी हाँ, आप ऐसे लीगल प्रॉब्लम में फंस सकते हो इफ यू मेस अप विद द यूनिवर्सल फॉर्मेट, बिकॉज दुनिया के अंदर जो भी पहला वर्ड लिखा रहता है मान लिया जाता है कि यार वो आपका नाम है, दैट मींस दैट इज योर फर्स्ट नेम। तो अगर आप कई बार उल्टा लिखोगे, सरनेम फर्स्ट एंड योर नेम लास्ट, तो यार जो नहीं है इंडियन ना, वो समझ नहीं पाएगा। वो क्या करेगा, आपके सरनेम से आपको बुलाना शुरू करेगा, एंड दैट हैपेंस अ लॉट। सो व्हाट इज द यूनिवर्सल फॉर्मेट? अच्छा, पिताजी का नाम, माताजी का नाम डालना है या नहीं डालना है? यार वी ऑल लव आवर पेरेंट्स, यू नो, एंड मेनी टाइम्स इट इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट टू गिव देम रिस्पेक्ट आल्सो। बट दोस्तों ये रिस्पेक्ट एक्शन में देनी है, यू हैव टू गिव दिस रिस्पेक्ट इन एक्शन। घर पे कोई माँ बाप का केयर नहीं करता है, पानी पिलाने के लिए भी कोई उठता नहीं है, बैठ के पबजी खेलते रहते हैं, और रेस्पेक्ट देने की बात भी आती है तो कहाँ देते हैं? रेज्यूमे पे रेस्पेक्ट देते हैं। और कैसे देते हैं? अपने नाम के साथ जोड़ करके देते हैं। दोस्तों यहाँ पे लीगल फॉर्मेलिटी समझो आप। यहाँ पे क्या हो जाता है, आप सब में से बहुत सारे लोग होंगे, जाओ अपना डॉक्यूमेंट चेक करो, क्या होगा आपके पैन कार्ड में, आपके आधार कार्ड में, आपके यूनिवर्सिटी डॉक्यूमेंट्स के अंदर, आपके ड्राइविंग लाइसेंस के अंदर, ये तीनों जगह पे ना ये जो फॉर्मेट है ना अलग अलग हो जाएगा। क्या होगा, कहीं पे फर्स्ट नेम पहले लिखा हुआ है, कहीं पे लास्ट नेम पहले लिखा हुआ है। चारों पांचों डॉक्यूमेंट अगर आप मैच करोगे ना दोस्तों, तो मैच नहीं करेगा। आगे पीछे आगे पीछे, और फिर क्या होगा? हाँ जी बिल्कुल, ये सुनाई देता है ना आपको, एनआरसी में नाम नहीं आया, लिस्ट में नाम नहीं आया, मेरे प्यारे भारतवासियों आज से एनआरसी लागू हो गई है। तो ऐसे में दोस्तों फंस जाओगे तुम, बिकॉज लीगली यू आर नॉट फॉलोइंग अ स्टैंडर्ड फॉर्मेट। एवरी स्टेट हैज गॉट देयर ओन फॉर्मेट। तमिलनाडु में जाओगे अपना फॉर्मेट अपनाते हैं वो लोग। तमिलनाडु में क्या है फॉर्मेट भाई, वो पूरा डालते हैं YARK रेड्डी। महाराष्ट्र में आओगे तो यार मदर्स नेम, फर्स्ट नेम, लास्ट नेम, फादर्स नेम, ये आता है दोस्तों। गुजरात में आ जाओगे तो क्या लगाते हैं पता है? गुजरात में अगर लोगों के पैन कार्ड देखोगे आप, बिल्कुल गुजरात में अगर लोगों के पैन कार्ड देखोगे तो वहां पे आएगा, सपोज श्रुति शर्मा नाम है किसी का, तो क्या आएगा? श्रुति बहन शर्मा, श्रुति बहन शर्मा। ये आपके ऑफिशियल पासपोर्ट पे लिखा रहेगा दोस्त, बहन और भाई ऐड करके लिखते हैं। ये डायरेक्ट फर्स्ट नेम, लास्ट नेम, मिडिल नेम, भाई और बहन। गुजरात में चले जाओ दोस्तों, आपको मिडिल नेम भाई और बहन सबका सबका। तो ऐसे में यू आर गोइंग टू लैंड अप इनटू लॉट ऑफ लीगल प्रॉब्लम्स। एंड लेट मी टेल यू, अगर आपके डॉक्यूमेंट सही नहीं है ना, तो पहले ही है ना आपका रेज्यूमे गया डस्टबिन के अंदर। यार ये क्या नॉनसेंस है यार, ये क्या नॉनसेंस है। डिग्री पे एक नाम, पैन कार्ड पे एक नाम, आधार कार्ड पे एक नाम, रेज्यूमे पे एक नाम, आपकी लगने वाली है वाट। तो द यूनिवर्सल फॉर्मेट दैट यू कैन फॉलो। एंड आप सामने वाले को भी बोल सकते हो कि मुझे ऐसे नाम चाहिए, बात खत्म। यहाँ मुंबई यूनिवर्सिटी से लड़ना मुश्किल है दोस्तों, मुंबई यूनिवर्सिटी से आज तक कोई ना जीत पाया, कोशिश भी मत करना। बट आप आपके पैन कार्ड, आधार कार्ड और बाकी किसी भी गवर्नमेंट डॉक्यूमेंट के ऊपर फर्स्ट नेम लास्ट नेम सीक्वेंस के अंदर आपका नाम रख सकते हो। अच्छा, फादर्स नेम लगाने से और क्या प्रॉब्लम होती है, मैं बताता हूँ और क्या प्रॉब्लम होती है। सपोज मैंने डाला अजित रामजीत विश्वकर्मा, मैंने पिताजी का नाम बीच में डाल दिया, फिर एक कॉलम आता है नीचे, और एक कोई भी फॉर्म भरो, आजकल सब डिजिटल हो गया है, एक फॉर्म और आता है नीचे, उस पर क्या लिखा रहता है? उस पर दोबारा से लिखा रहता है फादर्स नेम। तो यार एक ही फॉर्म में दो दो बार नाम, रिपीटेशन, डुप्लीकेशन ऑफ डेटा। तो व्हाट आर द चांसेस दैट योर डॉक्यूमेंट इज गोइंग टू रिजेक्ट? हाईली चांसेस कि आपका डॉक्यूमेंट रिजेक्ट हो जाएगा। तो दोस्तों करेक्ट फॉर्मेट, और आई माइट नॉट से करेक्ट फॉर्मेट, आई माइट से द यूनिवर्सल फॉर्मेट, जो सब जगह चल जाए दोस्तों, दैट इज फर्स्ट नेम एंड लास्ट नेम। अच्छा, एक दो रेज्यूमे हम यहाँ पे देख लेते हैं दोस्तों, जो मैं यहाँ पे देख रहा हूँ। जी हाँ, नाम जो होता है दोस्तों, नाम की पहचान उसके काम से होती है। दुनिया में कुछ साथ नहीं जाता है, एक चीज जो आपका जिंदगी भर साथ देती है वो है आपका नाम। अरे मरने के बाद भी नेम इज समथिंग दैट ऑलवेज स्टेज अप विद यू। सो इट इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट दैट यू गिव अ रेस्पेक्ट टू योर नेम। इट इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट कि आपके नाम को आप मीनिंगफुल बनाओ। सो टू डू सो, क्या हमें हमारे नाम के साथ डेजिग्नेशन डालना चाहिए या नहीं डालना चाहिए? That is my fourth question. क्या हमें नाम के साथ डेजिग्नेशन डालना चाहिए या नहीं डालना चाहिए? No. Please let me know. Do we need a designation with your name or not? स्टूडेंट्स से ये सवाल है। दिस क्वेश्चन इज टू ऑल द स्टूडेंट्स हियर, थर्ड ईयर स्टूडेंट्स, फर्स्ट ईयर स्टूडेंट्स, सेकंड ईयर स्टूडेंट्स, थर्ड ईयर, फोर्थ ईयर स्टूडेंट्स, डेजिग्नेशन डालना है या नहीं डालना है? दैट्स द क्वेश्चन हियर। सो लेट मी जस्ट क्विकली टेक अप अ पोल हियर अगेन। जी हाँ, एक पोल ले लेते हैं दोस्तों, क्योंकि ऐसे मुझे पता नहीं चलेगा। एक पोल लॉन्च कर लेते हैं। डू यू नीड डेजिग्नेशन एज स्टूडेंट? सो डेफिनेटली अगर यहाँ पे प्रोफेशनल्स है तो वो डेजिग्नेशन बिल्कुल ही डालेंगे। सवाल उठता है यार स्टूडेंट्स का, सवाल उठ जाता है यार स्टूडेंट्स का। सो लेट मी लॉन्च दिस पोल एंड देन आप मुझे प्लीज रिप्लाई करके बताइए कि कितना जरूरी है। पोल इज लॉन्च्ड। So somebody commented you are listening to an RJ. Thank you so much. I hope that is a compliment. Yes, 40-50. Audience is again in split. Okay, so let's end this poll. Result share kar दूं. 56% says, yes. No says 44% of the people. So यार, नरेंद्र मोदी कौन? नरेंद्र मोदी कौन? नरेंद्र मोदी चाय वाला, नरेंद्र मोदी द CM, नरेंद्र मोदी द PM? यार नाम की पहचान काम से होती है यार, समझ लो। नाम की पहचान काम से होती है। नाम का अकेले में कोई मतलब नहीं हो जाता दोस्त। यशवर्धन राय कौन भाई, कौन है यशवर्धन राय? गर्दभ सेन तो यार एक बहुत ही हैंडसम डूड था यार। उसका नाम क्या था? गर्दभ सेन था यार। क्या हैंडसम डूड था यार। उसके चर्चे ही चढ़ते थे। बहुत मेहनती और बहुत हार्डवर्किंग बंदा था यार। तो गर्दभ सेन कौन था दोस्तों? गर्दभ सेन कौन था यार? गर्दभ सेन एक गधा था। इट वॉज अ डोंकी ऑफ ए फार्मर। जी हाँ, डेजिग्नेशन हटा दोगे तो चीजें गड़बड़ हो जाएगी दोस्तों। योर नेम वुड नॉट बी मीनिंगफुल एट ऑल। गर्दभ सेन रह जाओगे आप बिल्कुल ही। आपको डेजिग्नेशन डालना है। तो स्टूडेंट टू सर, मैं स्टूडेंट टू सर, मैं तो थर्ड ईयर में हूँ सर, मैं फर्स्ट ईयर में हूँ तो सर, तो मेरा क्या डेजिग्नेशन हो गया दोस्तों? जो भी आप कोर्स कर रहे हो, जो भी आप डिग्री कर रहे हो, whatever course and whatever degree you are doing, that is your डेजिग्नेशन। हाँ, डिग्री हाथ में आई नहीं है, कोई बात नहीं, डाल दो यार, मैं इलेक्ट्रिकल इंजीनियर हूँ। जी हाँ, मैं यहाँ पे तो यहाँ पे देख लेते दोस्तों, सिस्टम इंजीनियरिंग स्टूडेंट। ना 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 दोस्तों, स्टूडेंट की इज्जत नहीं है दोस्तों, स्टूडेंट की इज्जत नहीं है दोस्तों। तुम प्रोफेशनल हो, मानो, प्रिपेयर करो, अभी से अपने दिमाग में प्रिपेयर करो। बिल्कुल बिल्कुल यहाँ पे आप बिल्कुल थोड़ा सा आपने यहाँ पे सिस्टम इंजीनियर लिखना है। जी हाँ, यू हैव टू बिकम अ सिस्टम इंजीनियर हियर, सो दैट इट बिकम्स more meaningful, so that it becomes more meaningful here, so that it becomes more meaningful if you put up your designation uh, as per the required format. So Suraj Yadav here, so Suraj Yadav, you have to become you have to write down your degree here. आपने क्या लिखना है? You have to write down, suppose you are an electronic computer engineer, so you are a computer engineer, so you have to write down a computer engineer. Suraj Yadav is a computer engineer here. जी हाँ, you have to write down a computer engineer. सुबह आपने बिल्कुल बहुत बढ़िया यहाँ पे इलेक्ट्रॉनिक एंड टेलीकम्युनिकेशन इंजीनियर लिखा हुआ है. That is a wonderful. Now your name has become really meaningful. So electronic engineering, good. Siddhi, you have not mentioned here. You have not mentioned here that what exactly your designation is. So that is what you have to understand. So I think this is one of the यहाँ पे important things. Number two, if I see यहाँ पे कि क्या क्या और important चीजें हो सकती है. Let me take a sample resume here. Let me take up a sample resume and tell you कि क्या क्या और common mistakes हो सकती है. तो number two that is required after this, your name, designation. तो हम इसको quickly हमारे list में यहाँ update कर सकते हैं. What are the steps? Number one is our color resume. And number two here is your name has to be big and bold. Number three here is you have to write down a designation, whatever course you are doing. इसके बाद में that has come is what exactly is a career objective here. That is the number two things. Yeah, number two things that we want to see here is career objective, because many of the people here has put up the objectives. जी हाँ, यहाँ पे objectives के बारे में कुछ लिखा गया है कि to be a part of the dynamic organization with a healthy competitive environment as to ameliorate my technical and professional skills. Let's just see a few of more such kind of things. कुछ मेरे पास और यहाँ पे samples हैं which I will try to read out from so many different places. तो यहाँ पे दोस्तों कुछ और मेरे पास samples हैं. Let me just read out one by one here. Objective: seeking an entry level position to begin my career in a high level professional environment. This is one of the career objective. Number two objective here is a hardworking individual seeking a challenging position in a reputed organization to explore and learn with each experience. Number 3 here, to work as a system designer in a core mechanical engineering, a creative person with problem solving here. और कुछ हमारे पास यहाँ पे सैम्पल्स हैं. लेट मी जस्ट क्विकली रीड आउट टू यू एंड आप अपने अपने रेज्यूमेस के साथ कवर कर ही सकते हैं. टू सीक ए रेप्यूटेड ऑर्गेनाइजेशन वेयर आई कैन यूटिलाइज माय स्किल्स and enhance my technical knowledge and work experience. और कुछ हमारे पास एक दो सैंपल्स है जिसको हम पढ़ने की कोशिश करते हैं दोस्तों. ये एक आखिरी है जो हम समझने की कोशिश करते हैं. career objective to pursue career in challenging field of engineering for an organization which has a potential to grow, an organization where I can use my technical skills to the maximum and thereby develop the organization and my career too. जी हाँ, to my career too. I'm a hardworking, supportive member of team. I'm good at designing and modeling. And I can understand drawing. And I'm a good person here. I am seeking a job. My apex. So one more here example here that I can see is my apex objective is to utilize skills and ability in engineering field that offers educational growth while being resourceful, innovative and flexible. जी हाँ, तो यहाँ पे I have read out so many career objectives. ये सारे career objectives, when you listen, when you hear all these career objectives, what do you feel about this? When you hear all these career objectives, number one thing that comes in your mind, what is this thing? जब आप इतने सारे, बिल्कुल करिश्मा says fake. जी हाँ, करिश्मा is telling fake. Do you agree with Karishma? Karishma says it's fake. Yes, it looks like fake. Nikhil says no, it is not. It is not fake. Okay, copy paste it. Just copy it and copy paste it. Objective has to be simple as possible as. जी हाँ, बिल्कुल बिल्कुल बिल्कुल. We have to show them how much confident. जी हाँ, we have to show how much confident. Okay, so number one here is that we understand. Then with so many resumes that I have here from various different institutions here. So these, number one is these objectives. Number one, they look fake. They are made up. They are copy paste. This is supposed to be the most important thing. This is supposed to be the most important thing. Ji haan, this is supposed to be the most important thing. And what is happening here? We are trying to fake ourselves. When we say, we want to give my best and you are telling, please give me a job, I am seeking an opportunity. So yahan pe somewhere what you mean and what you are presenting does not match. So career objective has to be something which defines what kind of person you are, and you cannot fake yourself here. इसीलिए whenever a resume comes up and HR sees the same tagline, usually 90% is the copy paste. सबका ही कॉपी पेस्ट ही रहता है, सब इंटरनेट से उठा लेते हैं, एक दो चीजें वर्ड्स यहाँ पे चेंज कर लेते हैं, एंड एचआर इज एबल टू अंडरस्टैंड दैट what exactly the problem here is. So instead of writing down a career objective, you can write down something which is called as how you are different from others. जी हाँ, अपने बारे में बताओ, क्योंकि career objective is same for everyone. Career objective is same. You want to work for a good company and you want to earn money, and in doing so you will try your best to do justice or to help the company grow. This is a same objective for everybody. कुछ आप अलग से, you cannot come up with a different career objective. Yes, what you can come up with a different thing, that is number one, how you are different from your other students or other colleagues who are applying for the same post. That could become more meaningful, I think so. So this is the fifth advice that you need to take care. Chaliye, let me just bring up a few more things what not to do, and then I will come down to how to do things. तो यहाँ पे पहला चीज career objective needs to be honest. जी हाँ, career objective needs to be honest here. Okay, contact details क्या क्या देने चाहिए? What all contact details do we need to give? ये आपने मुझे बताना है. Number one, after your name, the most important thing is you give your number and you give a meaningful email ID. Usually, as I see, your email IDs are very long, बहुत long और बहुत ही लंबे और बहुत ही भयानक email IDs होते हैं. आप क्या करते हो? You try to write down your name, full name, and then you attach some numbers and symbols also to it. जैसे अक्षय कुमार 899 खिलाड़ी 420 @gmail.com. Now this is not a professional email ID. तो यहाँ पे ना, when this kind of email ID goes down to various different organization, it does not reflect good. Plus HR को टाइप करने में दिक्कत होता है, HR को ईमेल फॉरवर्ड करने में दिक्कत होता है, and it does not reflect nice. So for all of those students who does not have a good email address here, बहुत लंबा email address है, बहुत ज़्यादा नाम है, तो please change the format. रजिस्टर कर लो एक नया ईमेल आईडी जो कि साउंड करता हो बहुत ही कूल और प्यारा सा, बिल्कुल स्वीटी, क्यूटू, ये सब जो निकनेम्स वाले ईमेल आईडीज प्लीज 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 माय रिक्वेस्ट आप मत डालिए. यू आर अ यंग प्रोफेशनल हियर. आप बड़ी बड़ी कंपनीज में जाओगे, प्रोफेशनल ईमेल आईडीज रख लो. इफ यू डोंट हैव इट, change it now. कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ेगा. 2-4 जगह रजिस्टर कर लिया, that is okay, that is okay. Make one for your job which is clean, short and cute. बहुत सारे लोग अगर आप गूगल करोगे तो आपको पता चलेगा 8 to 12 कैरेक्टर्स के अंदर होना चाहिए. Please don't use numbers, symbols, etc. It becomes difficult for anybody to type it. ऐसे में आप आपके नाम के कॉम्बिनेशंस को तोड़ मरोड़ करके कुछ नया वर्ड क्रिएट करके एक ईमेल आईडी ला सकते हो. इसके अलावा लेट मी जस्ट क्विकली सी और क्या क्या चीजें होती है. अच्छा, लैंग्वेजेस, डू वी नीड टू पुट लैंग्वेजेस इंग्लिश, हिंदी, मराठी और नॉट? इज इट रिक्वायर्ड? Is it required to put up so not required, required, yes, 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 required, not required. So my dear friends here, let me tell you one thing very clearly. The kind of post you are applying for, the kind of job you are applying for, it is not required you to tell because you are in India. If you have a name Akshay, if you have a name Kajal, so it is understood. It is understood that you know English and you know Hindi also, and along with that, you must also understand or know one of your regional language. So this is commonly understood in anywhere in India. And if you are applying abroad and you have to know English. And if your resume is in English, अगर आपका resume English में है दोस्तों, if your resume is there in English, then तो आपको English आती है, तभी तो आपका resume English में ही. तो ये कॉमन सेंस वाली बात होती है दोस्तों. इट इज द मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट पीस ऑफ पेपर. दिस इज द मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट पीस ऑफ पेपर. सो यू हैव टू ओनली राइट डाउन द रिलेवेंट एंड नेसेसरी थिंग्स. हाँ, what there are exceptions. There are exceptions. Exceptions number 1, applying for call center, applying for accent coach, applying for any foreign universities. Yes, आपने फिर यहाँ पे बिल्कुल you have to mention what kind of language are you putting forward. Otherwise, I know English, I know Hindi. My dear friends, entire population of India, majority of them knows this language. You need not put it on a piece of paper because it's not so much meaningful. It is only meaningful in certain cases here. Okay, आगे बढ़ते हैं. Let's see what more issues here that we are facing. Okay, so I've got one more resume here. It says, my name is, suppose my name is Shahrukh and my gender is male. So do you feel that we need to mention gender here? Is it required? Absolutely not, my dear friends. Absolutely not, my dear friends. Yeah, absolutely not, my dear friends. You need not tell your gender separately in this very important piece of paper because number 1, it is already understood that you are a male or a female just by reading up your name and seeing up the photograph. And then also, nobody cares. We are simply looking for your qualifications and your skill sets. Okay, exceptions. Government jobs. There are certain places in government jobs where it clearly says in the advertisement that only male candidates can apply. In that case, it is very important कि आप उस चीज को थोड़ा सा considerate या ध्यान में दे दीजिए. Okay, date of birth. Is it required to put date of birth? So let me just add a few more things here. No gender. Date of birth. Does date of birth is required? What are the date of birth that is required? Okay, so date of birth is required only for those jobs where there is an age limit criteria. जी हाँ, age limit criteria. Otherwise, my dear friends, जी हाँ, बिल्कुल HR ने आपने बर्थडे केक नहीं भेजनी है, आपने publicly birthday नहीं बताना है यहाँ पे. Let me tell you what are the things that will happen. What are the chances कि this might act badly on you if you have a gap somewhere. If you have a gap, so it would be easily reflect on your resume that you had a gap because all of your students, they have passed out in 2019, you passed out in 2020. So kahin na kahin aap fas jaoge. So please don't put your date of birth simply because it is not meaningful for civilian jobs or it is not so much important here in many of the organizations, important in most of the organizations. जी हाँ, if you are applying for Indian Armed Forces UPSC exams, तो वहाँ पे it is very important that you disclose your date of birth. Otherwise, in corporate jobs, if you are applying, so they don't really look forward. हाँ, आपकी year of graduation कब है? इस चीज के ऊपर they will definitely try to talk. Next here that you need to understand is, do you need to mention your current address? Do you need to mention your correct address? Yeah, please use. Nikhil says yes. Only city or town. Yes, yes, yes. No, yes. Okay, okay, okay. No, half yes, half no. Half yes, half no. Yes, no. Okay, let me just break the discussion here. So suppose you are staying in Virar and your organization is there at Kolaba. सो क्या होगा फिर ऐसे में, अगर आप कहीं दूर रहते हो और आपका ऑफिस कहीं दूर है और आपने आउटराइट बता दिया कि यार पहले से ही आपने बता दिया यहाँ पे कि ये मेरा एड्रेस है, तो क्या होगा? What are your chances of rejection? Lot of chances of rejection. If an HR comes to know that you are staying too far from the location of your organization, if you are staying too far from your organization, वो तुरंत time travel calculate करेगा, time कितना लगेगा. So he will come to know that you are never going to reach on time, no matter what you say. No matter what you say. So ऐसे में if he gets 2 resume, your resume, excellent resume, amazing candidate, but you stay too far. There is another resume, okay candidate, but stays nearby. So किसको लेगा? HR किसको लेगा? Near, far, better candidate, best candidate. जी हाँ, near a better candidate. Yes, very nice. Such an intelligence audience है. बिल्कुल बहुत ही intelligence audience है मेरे पास. Exactly दोस्तों. So please avoid putting your address here. Now when you go for an interview, they are going to ask you these questions. They'll ask you, sir कहाँ रहते हो? तो बता देना. तब you can justify also. But before reaching to the office, before even stepping into the interview room, don't limit your chances. जी हाँ, don't limit your chances. अगर आपका एड्रेस कहीं और का है, गड़बड़ हो जाएगी बात. So बैंगलोर की कंपनी के लिए you are applying and you have put up an address of Mumbai. What are your chances? You live at Mumbai, you have applied for a company which is there in Bangalore. What is going to happen? Immediately HR will think, no. Time waste. You could have managed it. How you could have managed it? Don't put your address. You get an interview call. You go down to Bangalore. Interview mein they will ask you, where do you stay? So you can tell, I am staying at Bangalore, but my parents, they belong to Mumbai, and I can take a place here and I can stay here at Bangalore. Okay, cool enough, no problem. You are relocating, but पहले से ही no. Right? Okay. चलिए. Moving on. Next, let's go to. There is something mentioned here. Marital status. Unmarried, married. जी हाँ. The most important question. Do we need to put what is my marital status? Yes. No. Yes. No. Yeah. Yes. I have not mentioned good. If those who have not mentioned, excellent. जी हाँ, there is no need for putting up a marital status here. क्योंकि दोस्तों यहाँ पे कोई जरूरत नहीं है बताने की if you are married or not, right? That is absolutely irrelevant to your skill sets. Exceptions, yes, there are exceptions. Government jobs and many other companies who allow only unmarried people, that is exception. Certain age, certain limit. So वो job post में it is already mentioned here what all things needs to be done or are not to be done here. Okay. Now let's move on to the last segment and then we'll bring up a resume and how to make a proper resume. We'll take the next step. Before that, let me ask you one important question. As I see, so many students have not put up your photographs. So is it required to put up a photograph? Yes or no? Photograph, is it required? Yes or no? Okay. Simple background. No. Somebody says no. Somebody says yes. So let me tell you, my dear friends, when your resume goes to an HR, he or she is very curious to know who this individual person is. जी हाँ, बिल्कुल यहाँ पे पता चलता है कि कौन वो individual person है. So that's why, if you look at somebody's profile, if somebody messages you, तो आप WhatsApp में पहला चीज क्या करते हो? किसी के साथ किसी भी नया contact आपने, if you have added any new contact, what is the first thing that you do? You go to his or her profile picture and see. Ji haan, that's the first thing you do whenever you add or give a friend request, whenever you say hi, new contact. Ji haan, you check the DP. And similarly, when an HR receives your resume here, he checks first thing, photo कहाँ है भाई, दिखता कैसा है, क्योंकि इसकी शक्ल मैंने अभी देखनी है, 3 साल 4 साल 5 साल रोज 8 घंटे इसी बंदे की शक्ल देखनी है. So he's curious, he wants to know. So now when you put up a photograph, so what kind of photograph do we need to put? Many of the time, my dear friends, I've seen so many resumes. When you put up a resume in your photograph in your resume, this resume photograph is like, how I'll tell you, it's like this. जी हाँ, ऐसे डरावनी, बहुत डरावनी. तो यहाँ पे आपने कोशिश करनी है टू पुट अप अ वेरी लाइवली, आधार कार्ड फोटोज नहीं डालने दोस्तों, पुट अप अ वेरी लाइवली फोटोग्राफ्स व्हिच यू हैव पुट अप इन योर व्हाट्सएप और फेसबुक और इंस्टाग्राम. जी हाँ, आप क्रिएटिविटी हो सकते हो, अपीलिंग होना चाहिए. इट हैज टू बी अपीलिंग. यू कैन ट्राई आउट वेरियस कॉर्पोरेट लुक्स, स्ट्रेट लुक, side look. You can try this also, because it is not a legal document. As I said, a resume is not a legal document, my dear friends. तो यहाँ पे आप क्रिएटिविटी यूज कर सकते हो, प्रेजेंटेबल होना जरूरी है. सो आप स्ट्रेट लुक भी कर सकते हो. अच्छा, इज इट इम्पोर्टेंट टू पुट अप a coat and a blazer and tie in your photograph that you are putting there? Yes or no? No, 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 no. Yes, no, yes, no, yes, no. Yes, sometimes. So my dear friends, if you wear a nice shirt, you put up a nice tie, you put up a nice blazer, and you put up a nice professional look photograph, looking like cool, professional and cool, both of the things, like this, something like this. If somebody clicks a photo from here, no, it's going to turn out amazing. And or like this, I can do it like this. If somebody clicks a photograph, it's going to look amazing. So if I put up a blazer, if I put up a tie, the HR already knows. The HR already knows, this student is highly presentable. He has got good dressing etiquettes. How do I know? Without even going to an interview, I can know by the photograph. मुझे photograph से पता चल गया है यहाँ पे कि आप आपने टी शर्ट डाल लिया 100 रुपीज की, आपने 100 रुपीज की टी शर्ट डाल ली, आपका कॉलर एक मरा हुआ है एक जिंदा है, तो कैसा लगेगा ये? No, my dear friends, you have applying for a 12 lakh rupee package job, and you have a black and white printout where you have a very Aadhaar card type photograph with a very normal or a casual shirt on or t-shirt on. It's not at all going to reflect good on the HR. On contrary, if I put up a nice blazer and tie, ji haan, make it compulsory. यार, कितने की आती है tie blazer? If you go to a photo studio, you will get it for free. Photo studio mein there is tie or blazer already hanging there, right? You go there, you ask for a nice photograph, you dress up smart, you groom nicely, let it be your corporate photo. So corporate photo aani chahiye. 5 years down the line, aap kaise dikhoge? You please put that kind of photo in your resume here. That is one last advice to all of you here. Let me just quickly come down to I hope my voice is audible to you. If my voice is audible to you, please let me know. If my voice is audible to you, yeah, thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much. So we had a power issue here. जी हाँ बिल्कुल cyclone warning, power cuts, but we'll continue with our session. I hope you are enjoying this session. I hope you are enjoying this session. Uh, so let's move on to the next part. Let's move on to the next part, and then we'll dedicate a good time into Q&A session. जी हाँ, we'll dedicate one good time into Q&A session. Okay, there are skill sets they are mentioned here. So if I see the resumes, there are only one or two. There are only one or two skills that are mentioned. There are only one or two skill sets that are mentioned here. जी हाँ, there are only one or two skill set mentioned here. Punctuality. Okay, there are skill sets like punctuality, communication, hardworking, dedicated. So do you need to mention these kind of? Do you need to mention these kind of skill sets? I'm hardworking. I'm dedicated. I'm committed. जी नहीं, my dear friends. Such things are automatically expected that you have those qualities in you. You need not count them in your skills. जितने भी आपके soft skills है ना दोस्तों, ये बोल करके नहीं बताया जाता. You don't tell these things. You don't speak these things. This is already acceptable. I hope now my screen is visible to you. जी हाँ, I had a power breakdown, but we'll continue this session. My video would be off for some minute. So that there is no voice lag issue that would come up. If my audio is clear to you, I think we'll continue. Good. So next is, please don't put up hardworking, punctuality, sincere, these kinds of big words. Because ये सारी चीजें आप बोल के नहीं बताते हो, आप बताते नहीं हो. ये सारे सॉफ्ट स्किल्स आप में होने चाहिए. यू नीड टू बी हार्ड वर्किंग, यू नीड टू बी पंक्चुअल, यू शुड हैव अ गुड कम्युनिकेशन. यू डोंट टेल इट ऑन a piece of paper that I am hard working, because you know these things. Even if I tell you I'm the most hard working person in this earth, will you believe me? Will you believe me or you won't believe me? Okay, so Neha is going to believe. You know, usually, no, yes, oh, yes, nobody is going to believe you, right? Investigation is somebody if बिल्कुल नहीं, कोई बिलीव नहीं करेगा, कोई कुछ फायदा नहीं है दोस्तों to put all these words. You know, I'm sincere, I'm hardworking, I'm dedicated. ये सब चीजें रेज्यूमे में डालने से कोई फायदा नहीं है, my dear friends. Nobody is going to believe. तुम्हारे खुद के पेरेंट्स नहीं बिलीव करेंगे दोस्तों, तो HR की तो बात आप साइड पे रख दो. So please avoid these kind of words. It is not meaningful. Next, इंटरेस्ट होने चाहिए, नहीं होने चाहिए? यस, इंटरेस्ट होने चाहिए, इंटरेस्ट होना चाहिए बिल्कुल. लेट मी जस्ट क्विकली शेयर अ रेज्यूमे विद यू. जी हाँ, लेट मी शेयर अ रेज्यूमे विद यू वेयर आई विल टेल यू कि कैसे क्या क्या चीजें होनी चाहिए. तो आई जस्ट टेक अप वन ऑफ माय रेज्यूमेज हियर. आई हैव सो मेनी वर्जन्स ऑफ रेज्यूमेज विद मी. फिर भी मैं एक छोटा सा रेज्यूमे ले लेता हूँ यहाँ पे. It is going to come up on you. We are going to now move on to the next step. जी हाँ, we are going to move on to the next step here. What things do we need to do for a good resume? What things that needs to be done for your resume? जी हाँ, you are going to face little bit of here a voice issue, my dear friends, because the power has gone down. So please manage with me. I had a very high-speed broadband which is not working here, and I'm pretty sure that in few minutes it is going to be restored back. Till then, please bear with me. ऑडियो आपके पास आ जाएगा, थोड़ा सा रुक करके आएगा, तो मैं स्लोली बात करने की यहाँ पे कोशिश आपके साथ करूंगा. Next, let me quickly one of my resumes here. See and try to understand a proper format or what are things that can be done for a resume. Bilkul, it is coming up on the screen. Kindly allow me a second. And along with that, okay, the power is back. So in a second or two, will be restored to the high-speed internet connection. Okay, you will be audible in a second. Kindly wait. Okay, I hope my audio is clear and audible to all of you. Ji haan. I hope now, yes, because the power has been restored. As I said, it is going to take a few seconds before my power get restored. So let's continue, my dear friends. A small technical lag in between because of the power shutdown. So यहाँ पे let me just bring down to the resume and a proper format what needs to be done here. तो यहाँ पे हम बात करते हैं दोस्तों क्या-क्या हम कर सकते हैं एक resume को लेकर के. So as you can see, number one, I hope now you can see my screen. जी हाँ, number one thing that you needs to do is that your name should be very properly and should be visible in the bold and the biggest font here. This is number one thing. Number two here that you need to understand is the format of resume needs to have some basic colors. As you can see here on my resume, there are few basic colors that are being used. It is kind of a red color and a blue color and a green color. Three basic colors had been used. It is visually appealing. There is something called as UX design. We are following a concept of UX design here, and UX design is one of the best because UX design focuses more on the readability rather than content. Readability के ऊपर ये ज़्यादा ध्यान देता है. Many of my engineering students would know or understand here. So पहला चीज UX design. At the end of this session, I'm going to share a lot of few materials. It is important कि आप मेरे साथ connected रहिए. मैं आपको बहुत सारे designs वगैरह भी share करूँगा, and I'll tell you also what all things that are supposed to be done. So number one, simple colors you use, but you use attractive colors. As you can see here, a simple photograph has been put up. Again, it is very important that you put up a collar, tie, a normal shirt and a blazer, my dear friends. क्यों डालना है यार? नहीं डालूंगा तो इससे नौकरी थोड़ी ना मिलती है. नहीं दोस्तों, you don't have to argument here कि shirt is not important, look is not important, grooming is very important, and it reflects in your resume also. It tells you how presentable you can be. If I can see my future project manager here, he looks very smart, he looks very professional, so the HR would be interested to talk to you. So please spend some money, go to a photo studio or buy a tie or buy a nice white shirt. White shirt is good, it reflects nice, and please put up a blazer and take up a photo. If you clip one photo, that photo can be used for another 2 to 3 years. 50 rupees you spend, please get a nice professional photo, a shot. Hairstyle and beard, please put it as groomed as possible. You can try out various cutouts here. As you can see, I've put up in hexagon shape. So you can put up in circle shape also. I've seen so many resumes where they have beautifully put. For girls, let me give you an advice. क्या आपने आपके बाल आगे रखने हैं? Because a majority of the girls, when I see their photograph, their hair is somewhere on their shoulders. So is it advisable? Yes or no? No, my dear friend, no. बिल्कुल यहाँ casual नहीं होना है आपने. Try and understand. You don't have to be casual here. You have to be. Yeah, consider you are going to be the CEO of this company. बिल्कुल, you have to be your best. You have to reflect your personality. आपने बताना है कि नेहा क्या चीज है यार, और ये कितनी प्रोफेशनल हो सकती है. So you have to make sure that you have got a good bun. It is not आगे. You have put up like this. बहुत ज़्यादा. Do we have to smile like this? Do you have to smile like this? No. A simple, pleasant smile is fine. Background needs to be light background. Put some background. Don't make it white also, because फिर बहुत अजीब सा Photoshop लगेगा. Put up a light background, this light gray color, light yellow color, light orange color. Put up a very light background. Make sure that your face is visible. Many a time students put a photograph where बहुत ही दूर से full size photo or till your belt. इतना बड़ा फोटो फेस दिखाई नहीं देता. If your face is not visible properly, then what's the meaning of putting up such kind of photographs? This is done. On your left side, you can see here that I have put up a logo. So to all the faculties here and to the students also, your organization, just be college or whatever schools you belong to, be very proud of it. Wear that pride everywhere. Ki I am a student of Lokmanya Tilak College of Engineering. Ji haan, be very proud of it. Because this is where you have learned things. This is your home. This is your temple. And ji haan, and you are part of this organization. Be very, very, very proud of it. So it is also important that you should put up your logo there. Ji haan, there is no other reason. College से जा रहा है तो लोगो डालना है नहीं यार. Be very proud of your organization, and that's why it is important कि with a lot of respect you have to give to your college also, and you have to put up your logo there. Once you put up your name, and next is your designation. जी हाँ, next जो है ये आप आपका designation यहाँ पे डालेंगे. So you can put up your designation like doctor. You could put up your designation like electronics and telecommunication engineer, a mechanical engineer, a lawyer, a banker. You can put up your designation, whatever you feel is fine. If you are in semi-final, if you are in pre-final year, to bhi dalo, no problem. Because once you have mailed that resume, you cannot get it back. 2 महीने बाद अगर आपकी डिग्री खत्म हो गई तो जहां जहां रेज्यूमे भेजा तो वापस ला करके करेक्शन नहीं कर सकते, एंड वो रेज्यूमे सब जगह घूमेगा. So please don't mention student, because if you mention student, it is gone. Then it will keep forwarding, and 4 साल के बाद भी वो resume, if some HR sees and like, oh, this is just a student, no, I don't want. Right? So please put up your designation. Will it going to create some confusion? Yes, little bit. But if an HR looks at your qualification, he will come to know. He will come to know कि हाँ आप अभी you are in a final year. Next important thing is, which I feel the most important, कि नाम लिख दिया, अब आपने mention कर लेना है. क्या mention कर लेना है? What is your contact number? Because if he likes your photograph, if he likes your name, if he likes the way you have presented, he has not yet come down to your qualification. My dear friend, he has not yet come down to your qualification. An HR approximately puts up how many seconds in your resume? Please comment how many seconds. एक resume को scan करने के लिए एक HR कितने seconds लेता है? 10 seconds, 26 seconds, 5, 6. जी हाँ, बिल्कुल, बिल्कुल, बिल्कुल. My dear friends, 20 seconds, ना? Just a 5 to 6 seconds of time. जी हाँ, just a 5 to 6 seconds of time a resume puts. A resume is reviewed. 6 seconds, an HR with his experience would understand that this is a fake candidate and क्या है क्या नहीं है. it is a suitable candidate or not, right? 5 to 6 seconds. In fact, 5 to 6 seconds is more. So it is very important that you put relevant things. And those things that are not necessary, please don't put it. So यहाँ पे number one thing is so many resumes. He liked your resume. Your resume looks visually appealing, and he wants to talk to you now. Now that he has seen your face, he has seen your name. He is one thing is clear. Without reading your qualification, he is clear that you are an engineer in this particular department, right? If you don't put up a designation, what is going to happen? If you don't put up a designation, he will have to read your qualification somewhere down the resume and try to understand कि यहाँ पे क्या-क्या problems हैं, आप कहाँ पे क्या पढ़ा है आपने, उसके लिए भी क्या करना पड़ेगा, उसको पूरा स्कैन करना पड़ेगा. तो you are putting so much work pressure on HR just to know कि what kind of degree you have. तो ये आप यहाँ पे सबसे पहले mention कर देंगे. Next immediate thing is you put up your telephone number. Telephone number में please mention country code, because कल आप कहीं बाहर गए, with my best wishes. I hope you go outside also and you work. It is very important. We'll assume that you are going to go in and around in various countries. After the lockdown is over, after the things is fine, we assume that you as a students and engineer are going to do great in the world. So please put up your country code and put up your name. Email address, I told you, please make sure that you have a short and sweet email address. Please don't make a big email address, which is very difficult for anybody to memorize. Memorize करने जैसा email address होना चाहिए किसी के लिए. Avoid numbers, symbols. Don't put numbers, my dear friends. Use your creativity, play around with words, come up with a short 7 to 8 characteristics of name and use it. For example, my name is Ajit Vishwakarma. And if I go and find out Ajit Vishwakarma @gmail.com, नहीं मिलेगा. तो मैं क्या करूँगा? Ajit Vishwakarma @982249 @gmail.com. Ajit Vishwakarma _249 gmail.com. Ajit Vishwakarma professor nahi, my dear friend, is going to be long, elaborative. And what are the chances that somebody is trying to send you an email and there is a typing mistake and the email never reached you? Itna zyada. Too much of chances. So shorten it. For example, I have shortened my name, Ajit Karma @gmail.com. Simple, easy. 8 to 9 characters. Easy for me, easy for anybody to understand and type. Website is also important in case you want to put up your project works. तो इसके ऊपर हम थोड़ी सी बात करेंगे आगे जा करके. अभी हम थोड़ी देर के अंदर. This is an ideal format and how you can define yourself. जी हाँ, we are shifting. I'm telling you step by step how not to describe but to define. अपनी personality आपके resume के अंदर कैसे छोड़नी है? How can you leave your personality in a piece of paper? That's what I'm telling you. Also, with every element that I'm telling you, if you put that, there would be some extra personality aspect that anybody can visualize from these things. We will come down to the website part. What exactly is website required here for? As you can see, location, try to avoid telling location. If it is required, you just simply put Mumbai. Somewhere in Mumbai I stay. Khatam baat. Right? This is going to lead to confusion. Yes, it will. So what is going to happen? You will get a benefit of doubt. You might be staying anywhere in Mumbai. So let me call up this gentleman to the interview and then I will clear it out. So एक बार interview में once you reach, then you can convince somebody. But when you are not there, a piece of paper is speaking for you, then it is very, very difficult for you to convince anybody. Next, here is, as I see so many resumes, they have mentioned education, which is number one thing in their resume. So do you think certification should be number one or the education needs to be number one? Kya number one hona chahiye? Please let me know in the comments. Which should be the number one thing that you need to tell in your resume, education or certifications. Again, my audience here is in split. जी हाँ, बिल्कुल मेरी ऑडियंस यहाँ पे वापस से आपस में लड़ने लगी है. That 50% are saying both. Both you cannot put. You have to put one. Priority number one. This is the first thing that I want to tell to my HR. One thing that I need to tell my HR. धर्म का ज्ञान, education, educate. Okay. So if I say, my dear friends, my name is Ajit Vishwakarma and I am a computer engineer. So doesn't my HR gets an idea that I must have done 10, I must have done 12 or diploma, and then I must have done engineering in computer science. क्या ये चीजें मेरा डेजिग्नेशन पढ़ के क्लियर नहीं हुई? Do you agree with me? If I write down that I am a doctor, so isn't it clear to my audience that I must have done either MBBS or some related course? हाँ यार, yes, सोचने वाली बात है. Yes, बिल्कुल सोचने वाली बात है. Again, why it is important? यार कहीं भी डाल दो ना ऑर्डर, क्या फर्क पड़ता है? कहीं भी डाल दो ऑर्डर, क्या फर्क पड़ता है? 5 seconds, 3 seconds, 3 seconds में कहीं भी डाल दोगे ऑर्डर, वो 3 seconds गलत जगह पे निकाल गई, तो you are not going to get an opportunity here, my dear friends. And now I have already told you so many points, जिससे अब जो आपके current chances थे, that are already up by 150%. Maths लगाओगे तो अब already 150% chances बढ़ गए हैं if you follow these simple things. And again, here I'm not selling off format to you. I'm not giving you design. I'm telling you how can you define yourself in a piece of paper. Simple, period. आप एक piece of paper में अपनी personality कैसे छोड़ सकते हो छाप best way में, ये मैं आपको यहाँ पे I'm trying to tell you. So certification is important because your qualification is already clear. It is already clear that you are an engineer now. So let's talk about the real thing. Engineering के अलावा what kind of things you have done. As I've said, market has got so many jobs. We get a lot of job requests here. Sir, please send us a suitable candidate, which we are not able to send because they want fully skilled. They want fully skilled people. So number one thing is you have to put all your certifications on top. Sir, I'm Java certified. Good. जावा सर्टिफाइड हूँ मैं सर, मैंने ये तरह के कोर्सेज किए हैं सर, मैंने ये वाले कोर्सेज किए हैं सर, मैंने टॉप, you list down top 10 courses that you have done pertaining to your domain. List down top 10 courses that you have done pertaining to your course and उसको आप यहाँ पे please put up. Right? There are so many resumes I have here, so many resumes. बिल्कुल certifications में एक आध चीज कुछ लिखी हुई है बस. So when you write down just one certificate that I have done, Internet of Things, one certificate, that means in your complete graduation, you had 50, you have vacation every semester. There is 1 or 2 months of vacation every year. There is 3 to 4 months free. And if you see 4 years, you have approximately 8 to 9 months free. आपके पास 8 से 9 महीने free. And if you calculate the amount of lectures you have bunked, तो 4 year में 1 year you were at home, or you were free. You had free time. So how many certifications you have done? Because you are telling what you are trying to tell through your resume, that you are hardworking, you are dedicated, you can do anything for the organization, you want to grow, right? You want to grow. And you can do anything for it. You are a professional, you want to trying to tell. But then an HR will look at your certifications and the quality of certifications. They will look at your certification, they will look at what extra you have done apart from your degree. Right? Degree कौन कैसे कर रहा है सब जानता है, ठीक है, कभी पढ़ लेते हैं, कभी नहीं पढ़ लेते हैं, कभी चीजें सही चलती है, कभी चीजें सही नहीं चलती है. But certifications आपने कितने किए, it matters. So if you don't have any certifications here, so certification physically होना जरूरी है? नहीं, कोई जरूरी नहीं है. If you have not done it, but you have learned on your own, you please mention that I know this technology. Certifications में डालो. कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है. It is not important that you have those certificates physically with you. If you have learned something on your own from internet, it is okay, but you should be thorough about it. क्योंकि certification पे वो पूछेगा कि यार you are coming to my organization, you have done this certification, good. Computer engineer students, machine learning किया है, futuristic technology, my company needs machine learning. Wonderful यार, you are already pre-trained. Should I hire you? Absolutely, I should hire you. Because मेरा 6 months का मेहनत, my team का मेहनत, you are already pre-trained. Yes, own learning comes into the picture. See, again, the idea is you don't have to fake it. If you have learned it, certificate hai? Nahi. If you have a certificate, that's good. Why it is good? कोई पूछेगा तो बता दे सकते हो. You know, you can officially say, you know, this is my certificate. If somebody asks you, you know, have you done certificate, तो आप बोल सकते हो. But sir नहीं है certificate, क्या करूँ? कुछ नहीं, कोई बात नहीं. You still put it. Sir, I have learned this on my own. I don't have a certificate here. That is okay. But yes, there would be extra credibility and reputation if you have done it for good organization. कहीं अच्छे ऑर्गेनाइजेशन से आपने कुछ सर्टिफिकेट कोर्स किया तो उसका फील अलग रहेगा दोस्तों. बट दोनों ही आप यहाँ पे डाल सकते हो. सो लिस्ट डाउन, होमवर्क फॉर यू, लिस्ट डाउन टॉप 10 सर्टिफिकेशन यू हैव डन. एंड इफ योर दिस टॉप 10 सर्टिफिकेट्स आर ओनली 2, ओनली 3, ओनली 4, तो दोस्तों नाउ इज द टाइम, फिल दिस 6 थिंग्स. ये 6 सर्टिफिकेशंस कर लो. आइडेंटिफाई व्हाट ऑल सर्टिफिकेशन दैट यू शुड डू pertaining to your domain. जी हाँ, your domain identify कर लो. नहीं पता है, no problem. I'm going to tell you. You are currently pursuing, very good. You have more free time. If you are already pursuing, you have more free time. Every department, what are the needs in the industry? I'm going to share with you. We'll take that in Q&A session. कि कौन-कौन से courses जरूरी होते हैं, करो दोस्तों. Need of hour है. If you come up with a resume where there is no certifications, दोस्तों, not good. You are not serious. You are not serious. सिर्फ degree पढ़ ली. If you have done so many certifications, make sure they are meaningful and industry wants it. Industry wants it. Sir, I did this certification. So, you know, I did this, I have done these many certifications, but industry they said, okay, good. So Mr. Amit, so you are a person who likes to utilize his time in learning. However, Mr. Amit, you know, things that you have learned here is no use in my organization. So उसका भी आपने ध्यान लेना है. बिल्कुल, उसका भी आपने ध्यान देना है. तो we'll list down, I list down a lot of courses at the end. And you can always stay in touch कि क्या-क्या courses करने हैं, कहाँ से करने हैं, paid courses, unpaid courses, free courses, online courses, offline courses. We'll talk about that. That is entirely a different session here, my dear friends. And next thing that comes up is education. Education आएगा, experience आएगा. Next segment comes your experience. जी हाँ, if you have done any internship anywhere, please put it, because there is nothing that can beat, there is nothing on earth that would beat up your internship. 10 days internship, wonderful year. That means you have made an effort to pick up yourself, go to the industry and try to learn things. 10 days of industrial experience also is life-changing for yourself, because now you know. 6 months, wow. You have done 6 months of meaningful internship at an organization. Wow. 2 months holiday you had, you have done an internship even at a small organization, and you have worked on a meaningful project there. Wonderful. That's the second best thing that you need to tell in your resume. आपका internship. Internship नहीं की, खुद का project किया मैंने. Bro, when you do your खुद का project, you don't understand the industrial process. There's so many things. दोस्त के पापा की सर्विस थी, वहां पे जाकर के मैं थोड़ी देर, usually, you know, I am an engineer myself, Mumbai University, you know, I know what happens. घर पे प्रोजेक्ट कर लेते हैं, कहीं से उठा के दे देते हैं प्रोजेक्ट्स, बाईपास कर देते हैं, फिर इंडस्ट्री में पहुंचते हैं तो बहुत स्ट्रगल करते हैं फर्स्ट 6 months. Don't do it. Don't do it. please work in the industry. Internship ke liye you have your training and placement department. Help them, be with them, support them. They are constantly in touch with corporates. They are giving you a lot of opportunities. Use them. Whatever programs that your TPO cell is organizing, Prerna madam here, she keeps on organizing so many things for you. Please dedicatedly appear them. उनमें जाओ, participate करो, explore new opportunities to get more and more experience. So you have to put up, even if you are not from engineering background, sir, then also it is fine. This is not related to any particular field. This is not related to any particular field. आप जिस भी फील्ड में हो, if you are a CA, if you are a lawyer, if you are a doctor, even if you are a freelancer के लिए it becomes utmost important, and that you do certifications. You can pay and do certification, you can do it online, but uska apna significance hoga. So be careful about it. If you have done for a reputable institute, it would have a different significance. If you have learned it on your own, googling it out, it will have its own significance. Bilkul. 1 month internship certificate from ISTC, wonderful. So as I mentioned here, थोड़ा सा डिजाइन के ऊपर भी बात कर लेंगे दोस्तों. So instead of putting a lot of text, I've used simple infographics, and using those infographics, I have showed why infographics easy to read. पढ़ना भी नहीं पड़ेगा to my HR, and he will understand. Okay, this is his certification, and it looks appealing. I'm attracting him to look at my certificates because my degree is clear, and same degree there are 9,99,99,000 students who has it. Everybody has got same degree. What people don't have is same certifications. Understand? सवाल उठना चाहिए आपके मन में कि यार सब तो उसी जॉब पे अप्लाई कर रहे हैं, मुझे मिलेगी क्या चांसेस है? Yes, you are right. But an HR does not look at your degree because everybody has got same degree from more or less same college, same syllabus. What they really look forward is your free time, what all extra skill sets, relevant skill sets you have acquired. And next you put up here, training experience I have put. So instead of training experience, please put up your industrial experience, internship, or if you have worked, you put it there. What all things are required when you put up these details? Number one, what was the project that you worked on? What was the modules or things you learned into it? So please don't mention one or two things. Be elaborate about it. Chote mein likho aap. Usually I see, somebody has written, I did internship at Reliance. And that's it. Nothing else. So what does an HR understand about it? I did internship at Reliance. What kind of internship you did? How many months? What did you learn? How would I know? I wouldn't know. So it is very important that you give a right format. What is this right format? You have to be very meaningful, my dear friends. You would never know in that 3 seconds, in that 5 seconds, what does your HR likes? What would strike him? You would never know. So hence, you have to make sure. So number one, title of the project that you have worked. Number two, what was the things that you did? Please mention almost everything, but in one or two words. Sir, customer service. Sir, service desk. Sir, etiquettes, manners. Put everything in detail. Also mention what was the team size. Because if team size is big, then you have learned a lot of new things. If team size is small, then you might have learned only few things. Team building नहीं है आपके अंदर अगर आपने टीम साइज में नहीं किया है, बड़े साइज में, राइट? अगेन बोलना नहीं है ये सारी चीजें, सर आई एम ए टीम प्लेयर. It should reflect on your work. It should reflect on your resume. How? Sir, I worked as an intern in a very good organization like, for example, Reliance, and there I've learned programming skills, designing skills, project management, data analysis, cloud computing, security network, HTML designing, and I've done this with a team of 30 people. And this was done for 6 months. Wow. I would like to talk to this gentleman. I would love to speak to him speak to this person and understand more, because he is he's not a student anymore. He's well experienced student. Difference, student, well experienced student ban jata hai. So this is the next thing that you have to mention here. After that, you mention your projects. Once you have mentioned your industrial experience, if you don't have industrial experience, अच्छा जिसके जो भी missing है यहाँ पे, those who find these elements missing, sir certifications missing है sir, wake up call, sir internship नहीं है sir, wake up call, अब कर लो चीजें, सीख लो, get an industrial exposure before you target the big companies. Before, if you have a target of going into Google, Microsoft, TCS, IBM, please do an internship in at least a local company in and around in Mumbai. Please do it. There are so many programs that TPOs, the training and placement department keeps organizing it. Participate, 120% participate, my dear friends. Get that faltu certificate. You know, people say, "Kya hi karunga is certificate ka?" बहुत meaningful है, because you only need your resume to be shortlisted once. You only need your interview call once. You only need a job interview once, and you only need a dream job selection once. हमें सिर्फ एक ही बार select होना है, but ऐसी जगह select होना है कि मेरी जिंदगी set हो जाए, right? जी हाँ, बिल्कुल हीना, duration भी इसमें add करनी है. For various reasons, I have not added durations here. I'll show you more relevant resume format here, so don't worry. Next that would come here is what all different projects you have done. So let me just quickly come down, switch to a different resume here. Let me just switch to a college kind of resume. Coming up on your screen in a minute. Okay. So now this is another format. So here, as you can see, you know, the duration is mentioned from say 2013 to 2016, or as a freelancer. If you are a freelancer also, please mention those projects. Yeah, please mention those projects. Also mention the duration on the left hand side and what was your designation. What was the technology that you were using? What were things that you have learned, the modules that you have learned? What was the team size that was there? So ये आपने यहाँ पे mention कर देना है. And next comes is your project work. जी हाँ, next one that comes up here is your project work. Let me just open up my screen here. So this is how you mention your project. So for example, I had worked for, suppose somebody worked for a company in Mumbai. So you mention all the projects. And I have so many resumes here. And they have only, see, I've got so many resumes here. So this resume only mentioned the title of the project, and then it was designing this. So what was the technology that you used? What exactly did you do in this project? I don't know. You know, so you have to mention very briefly using keywords, not long sentences or paragraphs. Using keywords. You know, price growth code I have done here. Roles and write I have done here. Sales, marketing I have done here. So please mention at least 10 different things that you have learned or you have worked during this project. Whenever you have implemented this project, give a title, give the organization, technology that you have used, team size again here is important, and what all you have learned. So when you mention what all you have learned, try to mention everything important. Minimum 10 things, core 10 things. that you have implemented or learned. It is applicable to any branch. Using this, an HR will get a clear idea that what exactly you have done. And in case few things that you have learned during this project and are being used at my organization, I will immediately give you a call. Sir, impressive resume, great personality, good certification, plus you have done an internship in the same technology that my company is using. Wow. So HR will think, इसको train करने में कितना effort लगेगा? कुछ नहीं. इसको उठा लो भाई. थोड़ी बहुत जो भी problem होगी इसको solve कर लो. Again, you become an ideal candidate. From being a candidate, you would become a preferred candidate. Same qualification, same degree, same college. You will become an ideal candidate. अब सबका प्रोजेक्ट सेम नहीं रहता है, सबका सर्टिफिकेशन सेम नहीं रहता है. दिस इज व्हाट इज गोइंग टू मेक जमीन आसमान का डिफरेंस. It needs to be put up in right way. So many people have done certification and projects, but it has not been put up in meaningful way. तो इससे रीड करने के बाद मुझको समझ में कुछ नहीं आता है. आप तुमने कुछ प्रोजेक्ट किए हैं, तुमने कुछ एक्सपीरियंस लिया है, क्या लिया है आई डोंट नो. So it is as good as 3 seconds of time. This is as good as not putting it. Next, achievements, interest डालना है या नहीं डालना है. Sir, I like to play music. I like to play खो-खो. इंटरेस्ट डालना है नहीं डालना है. सर डांस करना पसंद है, सर सॉन्ग सुनना पसंद है, सर आई लाइक टू ट्रैवल. Do you need to put interest in your resume? That's the question here. Yes, no, yes, no. Again, my audience is in a split here. So it should be relevant. Yeah, okay. So, sir, I have an interest of doing a skydiving, sir. क्या ये मुझे बताना चाहिए? I'll tell you something. I'll tell you something more interesting. I'll tell you something more. Sir, मुझे गाना सुनने को बहुत पसंद है. Hey, I have at least 4,000 resume right now here in my lap from various institutions and colleges. Engineers, doctor, BA, BSc, BCom, यहाँ पे बहुत सारे resumes है मेरे पास. Sir, I like to listen to song. You feel it is relevant to tell you HR whom you are going to portray that I am a professional and I want your 12 lakh rupees of job? No, it is not relevant. It is not meaningful also. आपके 100 शौक होंगे सर मैडम, you will have 100 type of different type of interest. How is it relevant? I'll tell you what is relevant. I'll tell you what is relevant. See, if you say I like dancing, and if you say, sir, I am a state level reputed Kathak dancer. जी हाँ. Suppose I say I love to play football, and there is another person who says, sir, I'm a state level 2019 a football champion. Which sounds better? Yes, my dear friends. Yes, champion sounds better. My dear friends, there is difference between interest and achievement. Interest और achievement में फर्क होता है दोस्तों. If you have thousands of interest, how do I care? That's what an HR is going to tell to you. How do I care? तुम्हारे होंगे अच्छे interest. How do I care? How is it's going to help me? But when you say I have so many achievements in various fields, then there are so many things you are indirectly telling about you. क्या बोलोगे आप जब आप बोलोगे सर मैं हॉकी चैंपियन रह चुका हूँ, स्टेट लेवल खेला है मैंने. वाओ, टीम बिल्डर है भाई, ये तो टीम प्लेयर है. इज अ टीम प्लेयर and reaching a state level is not an easy job. He is dedicated person. He is hardworking person. कैसे पता चला? Did I mention hardworking in my resume anywhere? Did I mention dedicated? Dedicated to the organization? Did I mention those big objectives? No. I simply said, sir, मैंने जिंदगी में ये किया है. Now you evaluate what kind of person I am. Let me tell you, not everybody becomes a state level champion. Not everybody is a trained professional Kathak dancer. Not everybody is an excellent artist. It tells a lot about you. So please remove your interest. Instead of interest, my dear friends, write down your achievements. At least list down 10 achievements, and out of those 10 achievements, put at least 5. Any field, anywhere, कुछ भी हो सकता है वो, किसी भी sports, yes, arts, yes, anything else, yes, national level, yes, state level, yes, district level, yes, society level, yes, gully level, yes. कोई भी achievement छोटा या बड़ा नहीं होता है. None of the achievements are big and small. आपके जिंदगी का जो सबसे अच्छा achievement है, list that down. College wala hi achievements, do I need to put only those achievements that I have done in college? No. Achievement is an achievement. If I have done it in my school days, it's fine. Certification should be current. Certification should be latest. Because 10 years back, I've read and I've done a certification in Microsoft Office 97. How is it relevant now? But if 5 years before I was a national level rifle shooter, it does matter now also, because now that is there with me. So you have to mention those things. Again, here, you don't have to write down. Complete big things. You can use infographics. Words nikal do yaar. We'll use minimum words. We will use infographics. We will use UX designs and put forward. So there are a lot of achievements I did in my past life. We are still trying to do. So aapne koshish karni hai. Your objective would be every year at least add minimum 2 achievements to yourself. जी हाँ दोस्तों, हर साल कोशिश करो कि 2 ऐसा काम करो for which you feel proud about yourself. It has to be meaningful also. कि सर कोई मीनिंगफुल काम करना है आपने, और हर साल 2 अचीवमेंट्स आपने ऐड करनी है. दिस इज कंटिन्यूअस सेल्फ डेवलपमेंट एंड इट विल रिफ्लेक्ट ऑन योर रेज्यूमे. जब आप आपके अचीवमेंट्स सही तरीके से आपके रेज्यूमे में डालोगे, देयर आर सो मेनी पर्सनालिटी एस्पेक्ट्स ऑफ योर्स will reflect. Number 1, you respect your name. Number 1, you respect your profession, you respect your organization, your college, your school. You have done so many certifications, and that means you're putting your time and efforts into right places. You have done industrial experience, projects आपने किए हुए हैं, projects आपने अच्छे तरीके से किए हुए हैं दोस्तों, और आपने पहले बहुत सारे achievements भी लिए हुए. Bang on. You are an ideal candidate for me. At least I will give you a chance to come to my organization and give an interview. And I think वहां पे आपने बाजी मार लेनी है इंटरव्यू में. फिर आप कैसे जस्टिफाई करते हो वो आपको थोड़ा सा देखना पड़ेगा. So interview में you justify your resume. Your interview is absolutely 101% based on your resume. जी हाँ. For those who does not know, an HR asks you only those questions based on your resume, because your resume is nothing but your own personality, provided you put it that way. If you are just forwarding a design, if you're just forwarding a format, if you have not matched up, see, your personality is a different thing, and this piece of paper is a different thing. Number 1, in a resume crafting, resume build नहीं होता है दोस्त, resume craft करना पड़ता है. ठीक है, तो resume crafting में आपने अपनी personality की छाप इस पे छोड़नी है in a careful and a meaningful way, which we are discussing here. Once this goes, HR sees, wow, nice, let me talk to him. And then you have to go and verbally justify all of this. Then he will go into detail. Then your HR is going to go into detail. इसके साथ साथ you have to definitely put forward your qualification also, right? Which is also very important. Whenever you are putting up your qualification, my dear friends, it is important. आपने degree कब की, कहां से की, किस ऑर्गेनाइजेशन से की, क्या क्लास आया आपको, व्हाट वाज द क्लास, फर्स्ट क्लास, सेकंड क्लास, थर्ड क्लास, एंड व्हाट वर द रिलेवेंट कोर्स वर्क. इन 100% resume, there is no relevant course work put up. Yeah, engineering में you or any subject, you learn so many subjects. Please tell your HR, sir, I have learned 50 subjects, out of which, sir, these 20 subjects are the need of your industry. and I've learned it. See, now your degree is becoming meaningful. Otherwise, sir, engineering का क्या है? Sir, नहीं. Engineering में मैं आपको जो चीजें चाहिए, I have learned those topics and I've got good okay marks with it. There is no problem. And HR says, got 50% marks, it's okay. 50% relevant cheeze, now, good, very good. So put up relevant coursework. Syllabus download करो, देखो industry में इसमें से क्या क्या चीजें चाहिए, वो चीजें डालो. सब डाल नहीं पाओगे, जरूरत भी नहीं. So put up relevant coursework, find it out. We can later debate कि क्या क्या relevant है industry के लिए. Put up key achievements during your course. Sir, I have put up a research paper. Sir, I have put up a seminar I gave, sir, department में. Sir, I have appeared for webinars. मैंने ये webinars attend किए during my course, my degree. Key achievements. This is again the most important. जी हाँ, nobody has mentioned their key achievements here in their resume. Key achievements relevant to your degree. Nobody has mentioned, not a single person has mentioned a relevant coursework or their key achievement during their degree. So आपने degree कर ली, बस आप इतना ही बता रहे हो. Whereas मैं बता रहा हूँ, no sir. Degree तो मैंने की है sir, but in my degree I have learned those subjects which are required for your organization. And sir, I also have a lot of achievements I've put forward beyond my syllabus, beyond my textbook to learn and explore these subjects. I'm out loud telling this to my HR, and my HR is a trained psychologist. My HR has got experience of dealing with people. He would appreciate it. He would say, yes, one candidate I have to pick from these 3,000 resumes. It is going to be you. It is going to be you. So please work it out. Isko aap dalin. Next, moving on. As I can see in all the resumes, minimum skills, maximum that you have put is 5 skills, maximum. When I say skills, when I say skills, you do certain degree, that means you have learned certain things. So those are my skills. The new abilities that you have developed, are called as skills. When you mention only one skill, you know what you are telling to your HR? HR is like, bro, do you want 12 lakh job? Yes, sir. Okay. At least tell me 12 skills that you have learned in your 50 subjects. Then, sir, only one I have, only 2 I have, only 3, sir. And both 3 and 4 maybe what you are mentioning, sir, I'm hardworking, sir, I'm dedicated. So you see, I'm punctual, sir. Kitna bada gap comes. So here, what you need to do. Yes, we are on the second chapter where I'm telling you what you need to do. You need to identify the skill set pertaining to your domain. If you don't know it, find it out. I'll give you certain examples. You can connect back to me. I can tell you out loud कि किस CA के लिए, BSc के लिए, BCom के लिए, engineer, mechanical सब के लिए क्या क्या skill sets generally होते हैं. If you use your common sense also, you will understand. For example, let me just bring out an engineer's skill sets here. जी हाँ, so engineers की क्या क्या skill sets हो सकते हैं? That I'm going to bring out here. So, programming skills, web skills, documentation skills, software skills, networking skills, and here in my skills, I have mentioned a special column which is called as interest, which is important. Sir, I don't know, I don't have this skill. But sir, I am very much interested to know about it. And somewhere I'm trying to learn on my own also. ये बताना है आपने दोस्तों. Again, your resume should speak for you because physically आप रहोगे नहीं. So how it is going to speak? In this way it is going to speak. So the next thing that is required is not skills. You need a column dedicated for skill set. आपने skill set बताना है आपके. You have to identify the skill sets. Like I have identified for engineers, programming skills. आप इलेक्ट्रिक इंजीनियर के लिए भी आइडेंटिफाई कर सकते हो डिजाइन स्किल्स, नेट सर्किट स्किल्स। मैकेनिकल इंजीनियर्स के लिए भी आप कर सकते हो यहाँ पे कैड स्किल्स, सॉफ्टवेयर स्किल्स तो सब में ही आ जाएंगे, इंटरेस्ट सब में ही आ जाएंगे। इंटरेस्ट में आप वो चीज डालोगे जो आप सीखना चाहते हो। So these interest needs to be something trending in that industry. Let me tell you this also, right? So जो भी industry में trending चलना है, that should be your interest, because then you are not preparing yourself to come to the industry, right? So machine learning is something going on in the industry. Artificial intelligence is something going into the industry. So that should come as your interest. Now, if you put a little attention here, my dear friends, I have given a ratings here for each of my skill sets. In total, instead of having just 5 or 10 or something not relevant skills, I have put down 20 meaningful skills which are categorized into skill sets. Trainers के लिए, coaches के लिए, जी हाँ, आपने identify करना है. For example, I am a psychologist and I train in soft skill and behavioral skills. So I have identified my skill sets. जब आपको आपकी skill set पता होगी दोस्तों, तब you can work on it. If you are not aware of what all skill sets is required, then it is going to be difficult to work on your self-development. सोचने वाली बात है. So I know I need to have behavioral training skills, psychological skills, entrepreneur skills, student skills मेरे पास अलग से होने चाहिए, technical skills होने चाहिए, and I have certain interest. And I have rated myself on it. Now, who is going to rate? मुझे ही rate करना पड़ेगा. Because who knows better than me? Nobody. But I need to be honest here. I need to be very honest here. Because if I'm not honest, HR is going to ask you questions in the interviews. And then he will ask you, all right, sir. All right, sir. Let me tell you, let me ask you a question. What do you think is an ISO training? Is it important that every organization should have an ISO skills, ISO trainings? And if I don't know about it, I will fumble. And like, हाँ भाई ये यहाँ लिख दिया है 5 to 5 ratings, गड़बड़ हो जाएगा. For a commerce student also, there is banking skills, there is commerce skills, there is software skills, there is interest, there is accounting skills. So commerce students के भी ये skill sets हो जाएंगे, which we can later on. Definitely, we will put up a session where you can come and you can discuss with me कि और क्या-क्या skill sets हो सकते हैं. Deciding or designing skill set itself take 1 or 2 hours. So we will not get more into detail. However, I've given you few examples here, and I've also verbally told you for your domains. So doctors हैं, suppose doctors हैं. Doctors के लिए medical skills, medicine skills, patient handling skills, communication skills, technology skills, interest. 6 identify कर लिए मैंने. अब medicine skills के अंदर what all skills are there? Technology skills के अंदर what all skills are there? Management skills is required for a doctor also, yes. So management skills के अंदर what all skills do I have? Patient management I have, staff management I have, project management I have. So ये skill sets हो जाते हैं for a doctor also, lawyer also. So सबके skill sets are there. You just simply need to sit calmly and identify it. If you're not able to, I'm going to help you out. No problem. You can reach me out later on. So ये आपका skill set हो गया. You need to rate them. A rating needs to come from your side. Be honest about it. If you know half of it. Now what happens here when you give me a resume? What happens here is that when you give a resume where you have mentioned that, sir, I know C. So what do I understand? You said you know C, and then I ask you a question. Acha, tell me how pointer works, and you are like, sir, वो तो पढ़ा नहीं. तो फिर काहे बात का C आपको आता है? So यहाँ पे एक question mark आ जाता है. What is the question mark? That you have mentioned that you have the skill set. However, when I verified, you don't seems to have that knowledge. And then you come up with a justification in an interview कि sir आधा ही आता है, sir ये वाला नहीं आता है, sir. Sorry, sir. So this tells so many things. चीजें गड़बड़ हो जाती हैं. So before you do that, if you have read half of it, you tell them, you rate themselves, sir. I have the skill set where I know Java, I know accounting, I know communication, but sir, my communication is But I think I'm good, 50% I'm good. That's how I can rate myself. That is important. Somebody has written, I'm an excellent communication. I've got excellent communication. The HR will start communicating and you will start fumbling. You will get nervous. And then he said, you have written communication skills. I'm surprised. So please rate yourself. We give a meaningful rating. In my resume, I have even rated 0 at so many places. Sir, these are my interests. However, sir, my knowledge is 0. But these are my interests, sir. I'm trying to learn about it. 1 rating, fine. 5 rating, that means that is your core skill. That is your core skill. So identify your core skill, identify your average skills, identify skills that you have, but you are weak at it. That you are weak at it. So ये पूरा identify कर लेना. So supposedly for an software engineer also, networking skills are important. Testing skills are important. You can't say, I'm a software engineer and I don't know what is testing. But you will not be able to put up a quality code. Lekin sir, my testing skills are limited. 1 star, 2 star. Please rate your skill here. Next, let's put down to understand here what exactly are you looking forward from your organization. So आपने clearly बता देना है कि sir, I'm looking forward to work in this department. However, if this department is not available, you can also shift me to this department. तो ये आपकी competency and what I love आपने बताना है कि आपके क्या expectations हैं. Be clear about it. Starting से be clear about it. Again, there are people who said, sir, I will not do this job. Sir, I will not do this job. Sir, I will not do testing. I will not travel. So ये scopes हटा दो दोस्तों. If you have come down to industry to work, be open about working in any department. However, you can put forward your choice. Sir, I want to do programming. Sir, मैं designing करूँगा sir. My interest is designing. My interest is designing. My interest is accounting. My interest is not customer service. My interest is accounting, sir. I want to learn accounting. Sir, I want to do auditing, sir. I don't want to do यहाँ पे customer service handling. I don't want to do. So you make a simple list and you tell what are the 3 things that you want. आपने management देखना है, आपने on field काम करना है. So whatever you love, whatever your competency is, please let me know. Let your HR know here in a simple graphical format. ये सारे format आपको मिल जाएंगे. Circle बना करके अगर आप simply डंडे भी डाल दोगे तो भी हो जाएगा बड़े आराम से. Now let me bring back to the starting of the session where I said career objective that 99 or everybody who puts are fake, copy pasted. It is not you. Be honest. It is not you. Look at your resume, whatever career objectives you have written, it is not you. And when I say you have to define yourself, that means you have to be honest and you have to define yourself in the best way possible. So here what I do is, first of all, I don't use career objective because everybody's career objective is same. क्या है career objective? अच्छी नौकरी करनी है, अच्छा पोस्ट चाहिए और हमने कमाना है पैसा, right? So that you can support your family. I think everybody's career objective is same, and then you will also look forward to job satisfaction. अच्छा भी लगना चाहिए. That becomes secondary thing. कि अच्छा भी लगना चाहिए. Primary objective is you have to earn money, and then you see if you are working for a good organization, you have got a good project, you have good colleagues. You see all those things. What you need to tell to your HR is, which is an important question, a question that an HR is going to ask you in the interview. What is this question? Even if you're a freelancer, if you're a professional also, this question everybody is going to ask. There are 1 lakh people like you with the same resume, with the same qualification. Why should I select you? Is there anybody जिसको ये सवाल पूछा गया है already? You have to be absolutely clear in your head. What you need to be self-aware. That what kind of person you are, what kind of personality you are. You need to be absolutely self-aware. And that's what an HR is going to ask you. I think that's the most important thing in your resume. That How are you different from everybody else? If you know the answer, please put it. If you don't know, please think and write it. It is not going to come easily, but write it. I feel that whatever you will write, no, that is going to come from heart. Again, don't use words such as I'm hardworking, I'm dedicated, because nobody is going to believe on that. Nobody is going to believe on that. जी हाँ, बिल्कुल भी कोई भी इस पे believe नहीं करेगा. So I have written something, addicted to usability, creativity, and user-centric training program. I care about small details. As you can see, how I'm bringing up the small details. At the same time, I'm also throwing a bigger picture to impart effective behavioral and psychological technical training for all. At first it might not be so visible, but at the end you will realize that you have learned something special which sets me apart from traditional training and teaching. जी हाँ, ये मैं follow करता हूँ, ये मेरा concept है. This is what I follow, this is what I am, and this is what gives me, this is what separates me from everybody else. So find your calling, how you are different. Everybody has got your own skill set. तो आपके अंदर ऐसी क्या अलग बात है, उसको आइडेंटिफाई करिए. Put it into 1 or 2 sentences. That's it. So this was the last and the most important thing. 1 or 2 things that are required here. Let me just tell you. There is a QR code mentioned here. If you scan this QR code, you will be able to see what is my contact detail. जी हाँ, contact detail आपको यहाँ से scan करके मिल जाएगा. Again, use of technology to ease out HR's job. Everybody has got QR scanner in their phones. Even IRCTC tickets, all the tickets have got QR scanner. Everybody has got a QR scanner. So you put out QR scanner so that HR can scan and quickly call you. Nobody calls them from landline nowadays. Everybody calls from a cell phone or WhatsApps or messages. So this is the last thing that is required in your resume here. Now, if you have any queries, we can take the queries one by one. Okay, so there are declarations that are mentioned at so many places. There are few resumes which says, father's occupation, father's name, mother's occupation. So is it required? No, it is not required. It is not required, guys. Your father's, अगर आपका पिताजी कोई बहुत बड़े इंडस्ट्रियलिस्ट है, बहुत बड़े पीएम प्रेसिडेंट, तो यार डाल दो, शायद कुछ फायदा हो जाए. But otherwise, it is absolutely not required. I hereby declare that the information furnished above is to the best of my knowledge. I hereby declare that each and every single thing that are written here is true, but only true. So do I need to write down such kind of self-declaration? I hereby declare that the above mentioned information is true to the best of my knowledge. Undersigned XYZ, date so and so. No, my dear friends. No, my dear friends. You don't need to give any kind of declaration because you have to put truth. If you are faking it, nobody is going to hang you. You do not need to waste your ink and paste to say that this is my name, this is my degree, this is my qualification, and hence I'm also certifying this by myself. कोई certify करने की कोई जरूरत नहीं है. It is not at all important. Do we have to put dates in your resume? Dates डालने हैं resumes के अंदर? No, please don't put up a resume date, because if a dated resume reaches somebody little late, it is going to be difficult. No self-declaration required. No self-declaration required. It is understood that you have put up the right information here. And if you have not put up right information, and in an interview, if that comes up, then we are so sorry, sir. You are not an honest person. We are certainly not going to hire you. Again, here design की बात करें, so use infographics and UX designs. Few of the designs I'll definitely share with all of you. Okay, sir, let's take Q&A quickly because I think we have reached down to the last phase. Maximum another 15 to 20 minutes. We will end this session here. So the Q&A is here. Let's take some Q&A here. So number one, sir, in an interview, if an HR asks why you have KTs, what should be a proper and appropriate answer? So, you have to be honest here. You can say, sir, that particular subject was really difficult for me. And I tried, but then still I was not able to understand it. And then I thought, I will at least pass with this marks. I was hoping that, somehow I have managed to learn it. But, sir, I could not clear up this exam. However, in my next attempt, I was able to clear it. This subject is my weakness. Be honest about it. Sir, ये subject, sir, ऊपर से जाता है, sir. I thought निकाल लूँगा, but नहीं निकल पाया. Be honest about it. How many pages of resumes? One, maximum two. One page resume is good enough, but you can go up to maximum two. If you're going to maximum two, so please don't use stapler and make it 2 pages. Please don't make it 2 pages. Make a single page and you print it on both sides. You print it on both sides. So that is also all right. Okay, let me take another question here. Sir, what to do to compensate negative effects of KTs? My dear friends, number first and the most important things. Certification, skill development. Focus on skill development. Degree आ गई है, आ जाएगी, नहीं आई है तो skill development पे focus करो. जान लगा दो, कम से कम 10 certification जोरदार industry related, which is required in industry, meaningful. नाम के लिए नहीं, सर वो ये छोटा सा एक 3 days का मैंने काम कर लिया, नाम के लिए नहीं. Required in industry. Do those 10 courses that are very meaningful along with your degree. After 5 years, where do you see yourself? That is a question that people would ask. How should you, if you have a less CGPA, there is no problem in it. Usually if you have less CGPA, you be prepared why you have less CGPA. So you can tell, sir, I'm an average student here and these are the subjects I like. These are the subjects I'm working on. And however, I've done these many certifications and skills training. तो मेरा डोमेन ये है सर. आप बताइए, ऑनेस्टली बताइए कि क्या सब्जेक्ट पसंद आया, किस सब्जेक्ट की वजह से आपका CGPA कम गिरा और आपको क्या करना पसंद है. It is not going to happen that you are zero in all the subjects. You have your favorite subject, you have your weak subjects. You please bring out, sir, my CGPA is low because these subjects not liking, this subject liking. Likey subject got good marks, not likey subject didn't got good marks. However, for this not likey subject, I am trying to learn, and for those I have done these steps. So you please be honest about it and you tell that you are making some effort. And if you are not putting an effort, then that's a problem. It's not about smart answering. It is about redefining yourself. Visualize what you want to do in life. Work on it. Where do you see yourself in next 5 years? Yes, it's a very important question because people want students with vision. जिसका vision है. Many of the times, majority of the students has absolutely no vision. क्या करेगा भाई लाइफ में, कुछ तो कर लूंगा यार, कुछ तो कर लूंगा, देख लूंगा, हो जाएगा. So ऐसा चीजें थोड़ा सा गड़बड़ होता है. Hence, it is very important that you tell what is your vision. So sir, be realistic about your vision. Sir, I'm looking to grow. And I think by 5 years, I become a project manager, or I become a bank manager, or I become the headmaster here, or I become a departmental head here. That's what I'm looking up to. And obviously, in the process, I will learn so many things. So be honest about it, that you want to grow in your profession. So ideal growth एक होता है, उसके हिसाब से आपको grow करना है, right? If you have any other vision also, तो वो भी आप बोल सकते हो इसमें. That is okay. जितना बड़ा vision होगा, उतना ज़्यादा appreciate करेंगे लोग. People will appreciate if you have got a realistic and a big vision. That is okay. Internship, if done from a small institute, is okay. What is important is what kind of project you did and what did you learn from it. If you have not done it from a reputed institute, No problem. What project you did? Important. What did you do in that project? Very important. Sir, is it compulsory to communicate in English? Not necessary, my dear friend. But if you'll communicate in Marathi and Hindi, I had been using mix of Hindi and Marathi throughout my Hindi and English throughout my conversation here in today's session, right? So that does not mean that I have got a poor communication. But you can use mix of Hindi and English both. But there would be a question that would be raised. If you are uncomfortable with English, you can't speak fluently with English, and that is the reason why you are choosing to speak in Hindi or Marathi, then that's a problem. Because as a young graduate and you are going to work in the industry where you have to speak to a lot of foreign clients, and the work culture is such that English is the communication. तो अगर वहां पे आपका हाथ खराब है तो चीजें गड़बड़ है. So Deepesh, what you can do here is there are a lot of communication skill courses. It takes only 15 to 20 days to correct yourself or to become excellent in communication. You can connect back to us. We teach a lot of personality development, communication skills and prepare you for interviews. तो आप बिल्कुल इस पे काम कर लीजिए. It would reflect at a lot of places. I'm not at all endorsing English here. Doesn't matter, but then a question will be raised on you and you will not be able to justify it. So please work on your communication skills. Very important. Graphics are not, I have heard, no, graphics are scanned. Isliye we are using graphics and mix of words here. So nowadays HRs are scanning the resumes and they are putting through a software and they are picking up things. So graphics chal rahe hain uske andar. There is no major problem as such. And those futuristic technology are yet to come. Many of the organizations are still doing manual verification only. Okay, show some example for resumes for mechanical engineers. Okay, Hardeep ji, we can connect back later on and I can share you the resume formats for mechanical engineers also. For that, you have to connect with me. How to connect with me, I'll tell you at the end of this session. Suggest some apps for making resume. Ji haan, bilkul. So what exactly is happening here with all these resumes? So if you have to put up an DP in WhatsApp, we have a separate software. If you have to put up an Instagram post, we have a separate software. If you have to put up an FB post, we have a separate software. If you have to launch a college event, we have a separate software. We have at least so many softwares on our cell phone to do all the unimportant works. जी हाँ, सारे फालतू काम करने के लिए हमारे पास खूब सारे ऐप है दुनिया में. But when you make resume, what are you using? Microsoft Word, PowerPoint or Word. उसमें basics are structure, basics are animation, खत्म. Basics से 2-4 colors. That's where you mess up with the design. It is very important that it needs to be a UX design. तो क्या-क्या आप use कर सकते हो? Number one, there are few paid softwares there, but let me tell you unpaid softwares क्या-क्या हैं. CorelDRAW, Photoshop, InDesign, Adobe के कुछ softwares से आप use कर सकते हो. I personally use InDesign. मैं InDesign का इस्तेमाल करता हूँ. I'll show you an example also where how I have designed my resume using InDesign from scratch. InDesign again helps you make very nice fonts and colors. अगर आप fonts की भी बात करें तो everybody is using same font, Times New Roman or Calibri, same font. And these fonts are not visually appealing. It's boring. It's very boring. So you can use these apps. Okay, let's move on. Next. Is it necessary to give Xerox copy of the certificates mentioned? So sometimes whenever it is required, whenever it is asked for, please give the Xerox copies whenever it is asked for. If it is not asked for, please don't mess up my desk. I don't have space to keep important of my documents, so aapke Xerox mein kahan hi rakhu. If they ask for it, you give it. Hence, it is very important that you have those copies ready with you. Keep it ready. If somebody asks, please give it to them. Otherwise, no need to offer. Now, students having KT, should they put into their CV? No, sir. Don't put anything that might reflect bad on you. Let it be. Let give yourself benefit of doubt. मत डालो KT. चलेगा. KT है, year भी मत mention करो. चलेगा. Right? Let the HR be in little confusion and then call you for the interview and then you clear it out. Then you deal it verbally. If you have KT, if you have an year gap, skip on the timeline. Skip on the timeline. Let the HR give you benefit of doubt and call you for an interview. Then you go there and then you say, sir, this is what I did. So we do hire people with KTs, provided you have put sincere effort after that, and that should reflect here. For those who have KT, whatever advice I am giving, please follow it. If your degree grades are average, we like average people. We love average people because average people have time to invest into skills. Those who are reading throughout the year, continuously reading, they don't have time. So we love average people, right? However, we want average people who are putting efforts, not average people who are casual about their life. Difference. I mean to say, there would be fear if we answer in any language. That's good. So Deepesh, it is very important that you establish that you can talk any language with confidence. If you talk Hindi, you are in confidence. If you talk Marathi, you are in confidence. If you talk English, you are in confidence. So you are a person of courage. And you can easily tell your thoughts in words. ये establish करना है आपको, right? So if you have fear, lack of courage, problem. Work on it. Work on your communication. Work on your personality. There are so many courses that keeps happening. I was there in your college for one of such programs, a few months back, and there are more programs. I'll share with you what all programs are there which you can enjoy. So since we are pursuing degree that we are in last year, so if you're pursuing your degree, so don't put I'm pursuing. Just put it here. Degree का नाम डाल दो, ठीक है. Let interview call come and then you justify, right? क्योंकि वो shoot out होने के बाद you cannot change back. कि sir, July I have passed out. Can you please update my resume? No, sir. There is no process of updating your resume. Whatever you have sent to me, I have received. So please don't write down pursuing. Write down your complete degree. That's okay. What if certification process is still in process during the interview? So there will not be 10 different certifications you will be doing while you are going for an interview. One, so you can mention it. No problem, sir. ये रहा. And when he asks, कब complete किया? Be honest about it. Sir, process में है sir. अभी I've done half of it. There is half of it left. That is okay. That's good thing. You please tell. If your certification is in process, it is all right. You mention that, assume that it is done. And when somebody asks you, you don't lie. You be honest, sir. There is only this much done, this much is left. They say, okay, no problem. कर लोगे ना? That's what is important. You are doing something. That's what is important. आधा हुआ है technicalities. यहाँ पे technicalities जरूरत नहीं है. You are putting efforts now. That is important. Should we carry in our file while appearing for an interview? Yes. Carry your resume, at least 2 to 3 copies. Carry at least 2 sets of all the Xerox copies of all your documents. Also carry your portfolio and your project file and your relevant certificates like your experience certificate. And there has to be a small kit. So you need to be prepared with that kit. So original certificates don't carry unless and until already advised by the organization. If the organization has already told you, please get original certificate, then only you take it. Otherwise, original certificate gum gaya, misplace ho gaya, you will be in a problem. Only carry Xeroxes, only if it is asked. Or another way would be that you go or you call and you ask them, sir, is it required? Most of the cases, no, sir, it is not required. When do we need your original certificates? When you are selected. When you are selected. जब आप सेलेक्ट हो गए उसके बाद तुम्हारे ओरिजिनल चाहिए, और फिर अगर कुछ गलत निकला तो यू आर गॉन, which nobody does, but there were few cases. Sir, another most important question in an interview: why should we hire you? जी हाँ, the best shot here is try to bring out, यार अजित में ऐसी क्या खास बात है, one thing that my friends would tell or remember me about, यार वो यार उससे कुछ भी बोलो ना, he would find out some way to solve the problem. If you would ask your best friend what is the best thing about you, he'll tell you. Obviously he'll tell you a lot of other things also, but he'll tell you the best part also. So how to understand about oneself? इसके लिए you have to do a small activity which is called as self-awareness activity or self-describing activity, जहाँ पे through a guided series of questions we help you understand these things, right? So those who have attended my session, I would have helped you out. फिर भी I'll give you an answer. You ask yourself. Number one, you ask yourself that what are good things that I have done in my life, achievements, my achievements, and how was I able to get those achievements. So, अगर मैंने एक important achievable काम किया है, so वो काम मैंने अपनी किस पर्सनालिटी का, किस सोच का इस्तेमाल करके किया, that is the best part about me, because using those qualities I have achieved something amazing in my life. वो चीजें आप find out करो, reimagine those situations. Sir, I'm a national level rifle shooter. So what does that tell us about me? How did I become a national level sports person? So I did so many things. Sir, I don't give up. I keep my vision fixed and I find out ways, and I'm always submissive and I always reach out to other people for help. So those are the qualities that you have used to achieve your achievements. That is your best shot, because that is the best version of you. And if somebody asks you, why should I hire you? You tell this about you, and when you will tell it honestly, recollecting those achievements, there would be a spark in your eyes. There would be a confidence in your eyes. A salary expectation. How do you deal with this question? So salary expectation, you should know what are the industry rates that are going on. You cannot be unrealistic. But if you feel that you have done enough certifications and you have enough skill and you can squeeze your HR to give you more money, you can definitely bargain with him. But be very careful while bargaining. I bargain a lot with my clients because I'm very confident on me, my skill sets, and I'm pretty sure that I'm going to give you 100% result. But if you are not sure, you are still in learning phase, you are learning things, you are there to join for your learning, then only ask what is going in the industry. All right? तो इंडस्ट्री में जो रेट चल रहा है, अगर इंजीनियर को 25,000 मिल रहे हैं, they are offering you 25,000 रुपए, take the 25,000 रुपए. Develop your skills, develop your certification, develop your projects, develop your experience. And then next time again you go to the same or a different HR, tell, sir, no. उसको 10 lakhs मिल रहा होगा, but I know my worth. I'm asking you for 15 lakh rupees. Then you can negotiate. Yes, you can negotiate, but उसके लिए ज़मीर में दम होना चाहिए. Communication skill is very important. Communication skill is very important. Yes, that is why we believe that today's recruitment process has changed. You need to have domain skills, and along with that, soft skills are very important. That is why we are constantly, I'm an engineer myself from a very reputed organization, yet I push too much to all my engineers कि please soft skills के ऊपर काम करो. जी हाँ, I hope so HR if does not gives you as per your expectations, but still if your number matches up thoda bahut bhi, to you manage with it. If it is not at all manageable, then I think you can leave the job and you can find something else. But अगर कहीं आपका expectation थोड़ा बहुत match होता है, तो आप next quarter में wait करिए कि next quarter में आप और अच्छा काम करके दिखाएं और आप कोशिश करें, फिर आप डिमांड करें कि सर अप्रेजल चाहिए. Sir, I'm doing internship overseas. I had to manage so many things. They appreciate me, email me. They were just 2 people, but I was kind of leader. So will it? No. Hardik, that's a wonderful thing. So Hardik here is telling me I have a small leadership experience. Should I mention this? Yes, Hardik, no experience is small or big. Please mention it. If an HR asks and tells you, tell me something you're proud of it in an interview. So please isko bataएं. Sir, I was there overseas and there are so many chat. But however, presentation is important. You list down the reasons. Casually नहीं बताना. Sir, मैं overseas था. मैंने बहुत सारे काम. HR would be like, तो आपने detail में बताना. Again, detail is important. You have to tell, sir, I was overseas, and as you know, that there are so many challenges if an Indian goes overseas. Number one, food problem, accommodation problem. So many people, they cannot survive. They come back again. So many people get into depression. But sir, me Hardik, sir, I was there with my friends, my elders, and I took the responsibility. I made up the chart. We made up we will cook Indian food. We will buy grocery from here, and we coordinated. We managed our dorm. We managed our room, and we were able to complete our internship very amazingly and brilliantly. In fact, other people around, other foreigners appreciated how well we Indians manage things. So I think, sir, this is my amazing ability, or one of my good achievements that I have recently acquired, and I'm very proud of it. So when you put it that way, Hardik is going to respect it, because there are so many professionals जिनको बोल दिया जाए यहाँ जाना है, वहाँ जाना है, ये काम करना है, तो they will start crying. No. How will I manage food, sir? No. So you, on that way, you have done good. So I think salary expectation we have answered already. Let me just quickly see. What are the things you need to carry in an interview? Carry a small folder where all your documents, resume, pen, paper, pencil, project folder, project file are there. That's it. Please don't carry a full bag, college wala and go. If you are carrying, keep it outside. Enter with a simple folder. Just take out one resume in your hand. Just keep one resume in your hand. Please don't go to your interview like this and then ऐसे paper गिर रहा है. Please don't go like this. So why should I hire you? I have already answered. There is a feedback form. Let me just quickly share with all of you a feedback form. Do we need to mention the dates? No, it is not important if you mention dates, certifications or certifications. But they will definitely ask you in interview. So let there be a benefit of doubt with you. Should I mention my social work? If you have done a recommendable social work, please put it on your achievement. Like, for example, I have put one of my important social work. We have created a company which supported 3,000 artists. It went viral. Now the project is with the Khadi Village Industrial Commission. 3,000 artists from around the India joined up this initiative. So that was a great social work which showed a lot of skills that I have acquired during that work, supporting 3,000 artists, managing them, creating workshop, training them, putting up technology, platform, e-commerce, advertising, hiring, so many things. So please put up social works also. Okay, we'll definitely tell you about what all certifications can be done. Please, yeah, definitely I'll push a lot of courses that can be done. Okay, I think that's it, the number of questions. I think these are the questions here. So let me just bring up one or two documents, and then definitely we'll reach it out to you more and more. So let me share my screen with you. So this is a resume of an architect. As you can see, he has got architectural skills, art skills, documentary skills, and different skills. Right. Along with that, it is also important that you put up a cover page for your resume. So a cover page needs to be appealing. Dear recruiter, I'm writing this in response to your opening for senior software engineer. I have a degree in so-and-so technology. I'm a dedicated and a professional with this many years of experience in these technology. Along with this, sir, I have got these certifications. Above all, sir, I have got a willing heart here to take the challenge as it comes. Thank you so much for inviting me, or I would really appreciate if you give me an opportunity here to speak with you in person. So एक personal appeal आपने यहाँ पे डाल देना है. क्या क्या चीजें आप यहाँ पे डाल सकते हो? Number one, आपने क्या course किया है? Number two, what experience you have, what certification you have, and why you should be called for the interview. That needs to be mentioned in your cover letter. And please sign it, give your complete details here. Right? Thank you for, it's very important you do a thank you, my dear friends. Even in your resume, it is very important, you mention a thank you. Self-declaration nahi chahiye. Ek thank you likh do yaar. Thank you for your time. It might connect to people, it might connect, but be thankful, somebody has taken time to review your resume here. Be thankful about it. Okay. Let me just bring down the list of courses that you can possibly do, and then obviously I'm going to send across these documents which you can review later on. So there are so many courses, my dear friend, that are available. देखने की दूरी है, बहुत सारे courses आपको मिलेगा. There are so many courses that my organization as a training organization, we do. There are technical courses like machine learning, blockchain, AngularJS, Lean Six Sigma, data science, marketing, virtual reality, Laravel, Code Igniter, robotics. तो ये सारे दोस्तों टेक्नोलॉजी हम स्किल डेवलपमेंट में कराते हैं, बिकॉज यूनिवर्सिटी से करना मुश्किल हो जाता है. So in less time we teach you, we give you diploma, ERP, SAP, Android development. Here it also gives you an opportunity where you can switch branches. जी हाँ सर, मुझे इस ब्रांच में इंटरेस्ट था, इसमें नहीं था, बट मैंने कर लिया, तो क्या करूँ? You can do diploma certification along with your degrees, and you can also look for alternate career. जी हाँ, today's scenario has changed. Non-domain courses are also there. So somebody asked, interview में क्या करना है, नहीं करना है. So दोस्तों, we have got employability skills training, interview skills training, youth motivation training, professional communication skills training. Within 15-20 days we train you, and we try to remove everything that you are not supposed to do. जी हाँ, the approach here we use is, you already know क्या करना है दोस्तों. We help you to remove the thorns from the beautiful rose you are, to make you polish more. There are financial skills, there are aptitude skills, entrepreneur skills. If you are looking forward to become a business person, digital marketing, retail marketing, technical interviews, aptitude test training. Sir, aptitude नहीं हो रहा है clear, क्या करें? Google का aptitude clear नहीं हो रहा है, LNT का aptitude clear नहीं हो रहा है. So यार, you need to scale up. You need to scale up. Group discussions clear नहीं हो रहे. इंडस्ट्री एक्सपोजर नहीं है सर, इंटर्नशिप चाहिए, यू कैन रीच आउट टू अस सर. एचआरस नहीं मिल रहे हैं, so you can definitely reach out so that we can connect you to so many HRs. Also, you need to be in touch with your TPOs, because TPO is the one who are constantly in touch with the industries, and that's the best channel where you will know and learn so many things. तो यहाँ पे 135 different type of courses are listed down, which are technical, non-technical, behavioral, soft skill, pertaining to different domain also. I'll shoot it out to you at a later stage. मैं ये सारे चीजें आपके साथ शेयर कर दूंगा. बिल्कुल भी आप और भी काफी सारी चीजें कर सकते हो यहाँ पे. Let me tell you the last thing that was required. I mentioned website into, जी हाँ, मैंने website mention किया था in my resume. So website is nothing but a web format of your, it's a web format of your resume, because in a resume you are limited by space. Last 5 minutes, my dear friend, then I'm going to end this session because time ho chuka hai. On your screen you can see this is a web portfolio or a web resume, where my name is there, where you can download my resume. If I click, my resume will be downloaded. If you click, my app would be downloaded. Let me just share this link with you so that you can review. So website banana is not at all a difficult thing. I'll share the template also later on. You tell quickly what are your key things about yourself. Best thing about website is you can put a lot of information in less place. You connect all your social media, LinkedIn profile here. You write down your skill sets here. You can write down in a beautiful way where you did your education from. You can put down your experience here beautifully. You can write down all the skill set that you have acquired and you can rate them. You can put all your projects here. Ji haan, what all projects I have done here, you can put it down. So this will one become a repository. बार बार याद नहीं करना पड़ेगा मैंने क्या प्रोजेक्ट किया. यहाँ पे सब डाल दो, रेडी रिव्यू के लिए रहेगा. एंड 100 में से 5 HR or even 5 HR gives an interest and look to your web portfolio, which is in so description. Interview जाने तक they already know 70 to 80% about you. तो इंटरव्यू में कुछ बचेगा ही नहीं ज्यादा बात करने के लिए. फिर आपका कॉन्फिडेंस देखेंगे, क्योंकि जो इंपॉर्टेंट चीजें है वो सारी चीजें आपने पहले ही दे दी. टेस्टिमोनियल्स लिखवा लो, रेफरेंस लिखवा लो फ्रॉम योर टीचर्स, प्रोफेसर्स ले लो. बिल्कुल, दैट इज व्हाई टीचर्स आर इंपॉर्टेंट. Put up a contact page here. Let HR reach you out. You know, this is next level thing. Let HR reach you out. You know, push it forward. There is a blog page also. You write down blog. You put up a blog here. आप अपने articles, अपने projects यहाँ पे डालो. So a web portfolio is what you can do. इसके अलावा you can also make a video portfolio, which I'll push it to you. 30 seconds video portfolio is also amazing. You know, you said HR is there. You just give a link, sir. This is my video portfolio. 30 seconds HR look at your video portfolio. It is easy to read. And wow, nice gentleman. Let him call for an interview. I think this is there. Let me push out today's feedback form. It is very important that you fill up the feedback form here. So the feedback form is here given to you. Let me also push it to the YouTube audience. If you have any doubt, you can ask. In another 5 minutes, we are going to end this session. Okay, before we end this session, let me take a quick verbal feedback. So both the feedback are being posted here. Okay, in the feedback form, please suggest websites for certifications. So there is one program that I would like to quickly mention here, that we are running a program which is called as Digital Disha Student Skill Training, which is shortly called as DDSSD, where we have got various different certification courses, which is done using a mentor. In this program, if you join this program, what is going to happen is one mentor is assigned, and then we list down 10 different certification pertaining to your course. Alternatively, आप NPTEL भी देख सकते हो, but NPTEL और Coursera में आपको practical या one-to-one mentoring नहीं हो पाती है. So better if you look forward for the students that you go for one-to-one mentoring. In this program, what you have to do is you have to submit your resume. In this program, you have to submit your resume. We will review your resume and recommend the changes. We will also recommend you the provided or the required skill sets or the skill training or the courses that is required. जी हाँ, आपको जरूरत पड़ेगी कि स्किल सेट्स और स्किल ट्रेनिंग्स क्या क्या चाहिए होती हैं. ये आपको हमारी टीम रिकमेंड करेगी. एंड आफ्टर यू हैव डन योर ट्रेनिंग, इफ यू हैव ऑलरेडी डन, ओके, यू मेक चेंजेस टू योर resume. We will also give you the design, and then we share it with everybody in the HR, and as a result your interview call is scheduled and you participate and you get your dream job. This is a simple 6-step program that we are running in association with a lot of reputed industries, like with association with IIT. We are running up machine learning programs. तो ये बहुत सारे skills हैं. उसके लिए you have to, I don't want to waste too much of time into explaining what this program is. तो यहाँ पे आपने feedback form भरना है and you have to show the interest. We will share this detail with Prerna Madam, your training and placement officer, and your organization. You can please reach out to them also. Again, my dear friend, it is very important that you support your TPO a lot here, because I've seen all the colleges TPOs are working day and night, but somehow students are still confused and they don't reach out well. So please reach out well. This is the program that we are running, for which you have to fill up the feedback form and let me know if you are interested. Then we will definitely send you all the details. Feedback form भरना बहुत ज़्यादा ज़रूरी है. And there is one last request here to all of you, and then I'm going to end this session in another 2 minutes. I hope this session was enjoyable to everybody. If the session was enjoyable, please let me know here. Was the session interesting? बहुत बढ़िया. So I hope the session was interesting to all of you. If the session was interesting, my dear friend, we have recently launched up a YouTube channel, और हम यहाँ पे काफी सारे लोग हैं दोस्तों. Please subscribe to our channel, because this is nothing less than Coursera. मैं आपको शेयर कर देता हूँ. हमारा जो चैनल है, यहाँ पे फ्री लर्निंग यहाँ पे आपको मिलेगी. सॉफ्ट स्किल, टेक्निकल स्किल्स, डोमेन स्किल्स, देयर आर सो मेनी थिंग्स यू विल लर्न हियर. इनफैक्ट ये जो हमारा अभी चल रहा है सेशन, दैट इज आल्सो गोइंग live here. So please like, comment, and put whatever thoughts you feel about this session. Be honest about it. Let me just share this session here so that you can refer it at the end. My request would be, दोस्तों, अगर आपको ये सेशन पसंद आया हो तो प्लीज हमारे चैनल पे जाइएगा और इसको सब्सक्राइब करिएगा, because every day basis we have come up with a lot of training, what from industrial expert, and which is far much better than and highly valuable than anything you would find on internet. All of these things are free of cost, so please आप इसको सब्सक्राइब करिए. इसके साथ साथ we are also on Facebook here. So my request would be, if you guys can show your support on our Facebook page. So the link for our Facebook page is given here in the final. I hope all the links are clear. Please आप इसकी screenshot ले लीजिए. And my request to all my students and participants here would be, if you really liked this session, so please be connected with us, because आप पूछ रहे हैं कि क्या-क्या सवाल आपने पूछे. इन सारे सवालों के जवाब आपको हमारे चैनल्स पे मिल जाएंगे. एक communication medium I am opening up here to all of you. Please subscribe, number 1, to the YouTube channel. /Vinayavish. Vinayavish means an ocean of training. Facebook पे अगर आप जाना चाहेंगे तो Facebook पे we put up activities on a daily basis. Here the Facebook ID is facebook.com/Vinayavish. It's very important. Instagram, if you want to follow us, we put up a lot of courses for Instagram also, job post, etc. जितने भी updates आते हैं सब आपको यहाँ पे मिल जाएंगे. This is my Insta account here. And if you want to connect personally with me, so please connect here on my Insta, which is Ajit Karma. बिल्कुल आप मेरे को personally भी connect कर सकते हो. There are if any queries, questions, or you are going for an interview and एक दिन पहले confused हो, याद आया तो please ping me or message me. My contact details are already there with you. Feel free to reach us out. Anyway, we try and our best to reach you out at so many occasions. So with this, my dear friends, this was it from my side. Let me just hand over. So please fill up the feedback form and आपको इसका बिल्कुल मिल जाएगा certificate within a week's time. Let me just.
Sir, I would request you to kindly mute Jendra Jadhav, sir. Unmute Jendra Jadhav.
जी हाँ मैडम, he is already unmuted from my side.
Hello.
हाँ जी, हाँ जी.
Yes, madam. Yes, madam.
Yeah. Thank you so much, dear students, for patient listening. And now I request Professor Jayendra Jadhav, sir, to proceed with the vote of thanks.
Thank you, madam. Thank you, Ajit, sir. So, Ajit, sir, it was actually a wonderful session. I thought many terms about the resume and curriculum which I are clear to my also. So thank you very much, session. And we are really thankful to Mr. Ajit Vishwakarma for giving this wonderful speech and presentation. We are also thankful to our Sanstha, Lokmanya Tilak College, Lokmanya Tilak Janakalan Shikshan Sanstha for providing us space to work. We are thankful to our principal, Dr. Vivek Sundapawar. We are thankful to our vice principal, Dr. Subhash Shinde sir. We are thankful to our dean of training and placement, Dr. Jayesh Dange. We are also thankful to Prerna ma'am. Without her support, this event was not possible. We are thankful to all the organizing committee members. And yes, all the participants, dear students, I hope you enjoyed the session. And please try to implement these things in your resume. Because when we talk to you in the class or when you talk to you personally, we may have some issues which are not clear, but I guess many things are clear to you right now. So thank you for attending this wonderful session. Thank you all. Thank you everyone. Thank you, madam.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much, Prerna madam, for allowing me to speak to the students here. Uh, with this, I also want to thank you, the Lokmanya Tilak College of Engineering, for arranging such a wonderful workshop. I think this is the need of the hour. The participation was really great. Thank you so much. With this, we are going to end this session. Jai Hind, keep learning, stay safe. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir.